You go. Dad has this I don't know whether to call it unhealthy obsession with a healthy tea, but he really, really likes this tea. So when he goes to get it, he has to get this tea. Sometimes he'll go to the one near our house. They won't have it for that time, and he'll be like, "Nope, you get demoted today or for the next few days. I'm gonna go to this place over here that has this same tea." It's cute. It's one of like the things that makes him happy, so no complaints from me. We're on Limbus, right, Larry? The weather there is quite hostile. Massault was right. The lake beyond the borders was nigh pitch black. The waves crested tall, rising and crashing violently under the thundering rainstorm. The wild winds had begun to sway the boat. Yiseng's face was starting to grow pale. I'm starting to wonder if we can really do this. Did we ever let that stop us from trying? I guess that's true. Alright, heading into the zone.
Lamau, in that case, remind me to send you 3 packs of Rooibos tea when I send you your merch. Was just gonna send one for your mom, but sounds like I'll start a war that way.
You might.
If
it's really good tea,
when you know where to get some good at a good price, normally Terry's not much from stopping you, or in this case Bokathedragon, from getting it.
This is true. If it's really good tea, that particularly likes this peach tea. I think it doesn't taste that like much, but he really enjoys it. And Mom seems to enjoy it too. She doesn't like it nearly as much as him, but she does enjoy it. Main reason is it's sugar-free. Because Dad can't have any sugar anymore, so... Well, he can, but, like, he's still trying to...
It's really good tea, known for being super healthy for you.
Oh yeah, then they'll probably devour it. So yeah, you should probably send more than one. You might start a war if you only send one. Are there any laws at the lake that we should be most mindful of? I don't know the laws of that lake, nor its ways. I remember the way the fog split open. I remember the obsidian sea and the endless tempest. But the rest of it, all I remember is that Captain was excitedly delivering a speech at witnessing the legends come to life. They were all busy preparing for the whale hunt. What awaits us ahead is a real adventure. We'll be sailing blindly into the night. Oh. Then we'll have to face everything head on. Yes, if the waves come to claim us, we will face them head on.
It's also very pretty since it's got a strong red color even with milk.
Ooh, you might enjoy that. My mom is the coffee connoisseur of the family, though. If you have like a crazy good coffee, you'll make her happy. She doesn't like things that are really sweet. Like, she drinks all the coffees bitter, black. She does not like anything in her coffee. She enjoys, like, a light tasting of stuff. I think her favorite was... Her most favorite so far I've seen has been... We used to get moon pie coffee where it had the slight... Like, just a slight, like, hint of moon pie. And she enjoyed that a little bit. No, it was straight coffee. It had just been steeped in, like, I guess, moon pie powder or something. And then sifted. Or something like that. I don't exactly recall how it's supposedly made. But moon pie had its own coffee. The thing she drinks now is from a little coffee shop down the road. They sell their coffees in bags, and they bag it themselves, and it's graham cracker coffee. That's her, like, that's her coffee. She needs that coffee. But yeah, even the whale. No signs of that whale yet, though.
그때는
Back then, it attacked us mere minutes after we entered the lake. Everyone was as tense as they could ever be, looking around nervously.
저건
Yeah, she was sitting beside me. Papa came into the house finally. Wait, what's that? There's something there. Something tall.
가까이 다가가 보는 걸 추천한다. 내가 일어나
A
광원을
close
가까이
approach is
비추겠다.
recommended. I have a source of light to improve our visibility. For Salt got up with a lantern and pointed the light towards where Sinclair indicated.
하나가 아니에요.
There's several of them?
여기 뭐지?
What's that?
호수
Hell,
한가운데
who put them there? What are they even for?
We don't really have any special coffees you can't get anywhere else, but I can send a small pack of the coffee I drink. It's not exactly amazing coffee, but it's got a decent
flavor and strength that you can only get here? Well, not like that. You might enjoy that.
같은 건 아닐까?
Maybe they're like lighthouses?
근데
Lighthouses, yeah, I can kind of see that. You remember seeing anything like that, Ishmael?
네.
No, I don't even have a hazy recollection of it. I've never seen it before my... Ishmael, has the nausea of the swaying sea gotten to you as well?
그 안색이
Your face has grown rather pale. I knew that couldn't be true. The seasick sailor only exists in jokes. Besides, Ishmael was doing just fine mere moments ago. Then she must have had a sudden realization. I see. That's what it looked like. Even a small part of it is terrified in realization.
어떤 건데?
What is it? You'll find out soon enough, even if you don't want to.
저건 헤일인가?
There's a rogue wave ahead.
청원.
All hands brace. Grab onto what you can. Ah! Even before we had the chance to say anything, a leviathan of a wave rose to its crest and crashed onto us from above. It sucked us deep into the lake before throwing us back to the surface. We were lucky there was a high chance that the following vortex would have dragged the vessel deep underwater. Lucky? You saw what was down there. That was... Everyone okay? Everyone was soaking wet, nearly hyperventilating, but mostly awestruck by what we had just witnessed. We have everyone, but
탈자는
what we just saw down there was...
등대 같은 게 아니라
They weren't lighthouses, they were
엄청나게 큰 고래들의
tails of colossal whales.
진짜
I really want to give up
그만하고
now.
싶네 이거. 고래라는 게 저 따위로
I want to go back in time when we didn't know what the whales really looked like.
이 호수는 고래들이 잠들어
So
있는
this is the
곳이구나.
lake where the whales come to sleep.
그래.
They're deep in the water with their necks bent like that.
그 부분이
I can see their tails
깊게
rising
솟아오를 수도 있겠지.
all over the surface.
하지만 이 소란스러움을 눈치채지 못할 리가
But there's
없어.
no way they missed this commotion. Ship is, we're keeling over. The whales are waking up.
깨어날 거예요.
We're finally here. I think that's what Ishmael whispered, but the storm, the waves, buried her voice deep into the lake.
쪽빛 노인이 작전대로
The Indigo Elder made it here as planned. What?
저게
Over yonder, is that the whale? We didn't even have a wonder, even for a second, what the Don Quixote was screaming at. An entire herd of entities, each dwarfing every single wharf we've weathered through this journey, emerged from the waters all at once. In unison, they began migrating in a single direction. Witness something like that was enough to make even Mersault cake with plain bewilderment.
여기까지의 작전은
Looks like things are going according to plan,
그렇다면
and we have to do
우리도
our part.
이야기되었던 대로 저기
There! There was a whale that stood out even among the herd of infinitesimally immense whales. Oh, it is pale death. It's thick. Hide, thick with scar tissue.
유독 상처가 많군.
That one's particularly scared. I found it.
찾았다. 역시
Yes, he was right. The wounds, the scars that we, the Perquois, made,
그때 우리가
they're still there.
피커드호가 냈던 상처 자국이 그대로잖아.
Yeah, they have to use a small boat. Assume that we have finally located the whale.
그렇다고
I
생각됩니다.
believe so, yes. As always, the chance of success must be minuscule.
그렇습니다.
Indeed it is. Oarsmen! Ishmael thundered. Ishmael? No louder than the thunder itself, as through her personality itself had suddenly shifted. Her voice seemed to overwhelm the very storm itself. Answers, you dogs! Oarsmen! Aye, aye! Set the route to that power thing! Full speed ahead! Row!
정력으로 저.
Repeating after Ishmael, bellowing commands. Is this what Ishmael was like when she sailed the lakes? Or... he's gone mad? Or is this the captain?
불빛이 보입니다.
I see light.
쪽빛
It's the Indigo Elder. The old man and his skipper sliding across the water towards the whale.
잘 듣게.
Listen well.
잠에서 깬
The
나머지
rest of the awakened
고래는
whales have gone after the bait I've
전부
laid for them.
던져놓은 미끼를 향해 갔네.
작전은 성공적.
The plan worked. Now! Ah! It wasn't clear whether it was the thunder or the old man bellow that woke the pallid whale up. Its eyelids began to lift.
이런 걸 이렇게 가까이서.
It's been so long since I witnessed anything like this up close. That's its eye, guys. It was an eye of astronomical proportions, so immense that it no longer resembled an eye, but a reflective mirror of the world.
직접 보는 것을
Oh, how I wish to see you eye to eye. The old man, harpoon in hand, draws close to the whale with a grim, stony expression. Ishmael also aims her harpoon at the great whale, her face nearly tearing with uncontainable joy. Some sinners trembled with fear, while others prepared themselves. All of it, the world, contained in a single reflective eye that stretched even beyond our peripheral visions.
자, 물고기.
Now, here was your bait, fish. Bite on it.
볼 수밖에
I know you have no other choice. Biting, devouring is all you've ever known. Put to sea with your eyes! I respect you, pallid whale. I respect that you have lived in years and numbers that I can't even begin to imagine. I respect that you hail from a place beyond my kin. But I will take this chance to stand before you, to challenge you, and with this challenge to the edge of understanding I will row. The giant harpoon soars across the black sky like a bolt of levin and strikes the pallid whale.
지금이다.
Now's our chance! Row! Row on! Row on! Ishmael rows tall and alone, looking straight beyond the spinning boat's sway, harpoon in her hand.
너를 다시
I've been thinking ever since then about what the feelings you might dig up from my heart if I saw you again. This feeling is much more straightforward than I expected. Nice meeting you again, you fucking whale! Compared to the old man's harpoon, the harpoon Ishmael hurled was like a needle. But one stroke, as through its body was racked by an immense, unbearable pain, the pallid whale's maw opened, and the air itself began to vibrate.
입이 벌어진다.
Maw opens! Oh. Instead of brush for teeth, it has actual razor sharp teeth. Okay, that's terrifying to think about.
가세나.
Go. I will fish this
고기잡이를
beast.
시작할 테니.
Every sinner heard the old man's voice. Every sinner begins rowing with all their might. In desperation, as whose death itself was in our pursuit, as through it was our fate, our destiny to row. We were sucked into an endless abyss. And a rapid vortex pulled us into the maws of the beast, tenebrous as well as under a moonless sky. There was a deep noise, and like a droplet in the sea, we melted into the fathomless dark. Acknowledge, acknowledge. How goes the plan?
들리나?
Acknowledge, hey? Looks like the radio's broken for good.
보전기가 정말로 맛이.
Worrying. final mission, guys. And how apt that the picture is literally the inside of its throat. That's... Oh, here we go. This is a dungeon, guys, and this dungeon's gonna eat us alive. Alright, and I can't use any support. We're just gonna have to hope ruptures the way of the game, man. Right.
야음을 틈타.
Gotta beat this boss so we can get lots more experience cards. And of course it's these guys.
헤어내리. 표적 확인.
지쳤나 보.
헤어내리. 숨통 끊기. 표적 완전 무력화하라. 흑수묘 뒷박질춤. 가시 없고 끝내 죽었지.
기름도 나오지 않는 놈이구려.
가치 없고 죽어라. 흑수묘 뒷박질춤.
Wonder what the real boss will be. It'll be the whale. Something about the whale or an anomaly inside the whale.
제법 지쳤나 보.
And apparently it's also gonna be like the Blossom fight. And that it's gonna be a reading comprehension fight. I figured out how to beat that other fight. My only problem was I didn't really have people that could deal with it.
내가 시범을 보이지.
Which I feel kind of... I don't know if that's intended.
가치 없고 죽어라.
Because there ain't no way I was winning without Ishmael. Like, I might have been able to win it with everyone there and Ishmael, but there weren't no way I was winning it without that Ishmael.
아직 죽지 마라.
So next time Ishmael's banner is up, I'm gonna have to probably spend money and try to get her myself.
이제 깨우치시게.
가치 없고
제법
Bye,
지쳤나
Stealth. Have a wonderful day. Remember,
끝내지.
tomorrow is summer fun time. Have a good night.
좋아.
좋아.
생동감이 살아있는 좋은 공간이 됐군. 다음 먹잇감도 이런 식이었으면 좋겠어.
임무 완료. 절차대로 복귀하겠습니다. 교신 끝.
좋아. 예상보다 시간을 더 소모했지만 이제 휴식 시간인가?
언제나 티끌 하나 없는 끝은 없을 테죠. 그러나 그에 가까워지려 노력한다면 또한 문제도 없을 것입니다.
Alrighty then. We're gonna level her up. Wish I had another one of her thingies. Alright. That should be enough. That should have at least put us up to like our average being like 34, 35. I'm thinking. Which hopefully is enough for this dungeon. Oh! 33. Level him up. Okay. $34. That's not nearly as bad. I think we're good now. It is said that Quaquag's ropes, twisted by her powerful grip and her esoteric techniques, are tougher than any rope in the world. Quaquag told me not to leave her alone in the cold, dark lake. That she didn't want the whales and the mermaids to tear her apart and devour her when her corpse sinks into its waters. I agreed. Wounds on her skin that I only knew of, the memories of her pain. I didn't want those monsters to heartily rip into them, to gorge themselves with her scarred flesh. The Quaquag built herself a coffin, built heartily and fastened with ropes, twisted and knotted with all her strength, so that her coffin would not sink no matter how precariously the ship swayed. My hands gripped onto that very same rope tied to the coffin, starting to peel and bleed. And my dearest friend's hollow coffin was the only thing that kept me afloat on that whirling lake. Is there anyone out there? In that empty lake, stranded amidst the Quaquag's desolation, I called out at the top of my lungs. Please, anyone, say something, anything. When I realized that everyone I had ever had ties to had, in the blink of an eye, been taken from this world, my gasping, wheezing self, barely holding on to life, seemed. Come aboard my ship and sail with me into the cold abyss of the lake. Not even I, drowning yet breathing, could escape Captain Ahab. Even in this deafening silence, Ahab's echoing bellows strangle me. We're at the end of it. We're inside the maw. Even in death, my mates remain trapped with the captain. Ricardo was a thing. I don't think I could have beaten him without the Zwei Ishmael. I probably could have beaten it with... Yeah, I could have probably beaten it without the cheese trap, but we had been there for a while. But I'm pretty confident, even if without her, it wasn't doable. Even with all of my characters. Because... Yeah, we're on 536 tonight now. But, I didn't have anyone that had nearly enough HP and resistance. How was the map when you started? Even in death, my mates remain trapped with the captain. Oh yeah, the map picture, terrifying. In joy and in sorrow, I'll never forget the strands that were ripped away from me. I'll be buried in this lake forever to my last gasping breath. Try as I might to escape the rising waters, only loneliness fills my lungs. I'm trying to figure out how she escaped. Because this water, like, I can't see how she survived after this. She's in the lake where the whales go to sleep, which has to be somewhere in the middle or something. What's the voice line? I don't remember off the top of my head.
그래서
Always told you I
항상
did.
말했잖아. 줄
Rope.
꽉
Grab
잡지
tight.
않으면
Or sink.
가라앉는다고.
You.
언제부터?
How long have you been here?
난
Always.
여기에 있었어.
Always been here. Oh, cool. I wish I had known that. Ishmael level rises to 40. Ishmael's uptie and thread spin tiers rise to 4. Ishmael gains compulsion at the start of every encounter.
이 경로는 숨어들기 나쁘지 않군 거래.
The immediate sensation upon waking up was that it was moist and cold, yet oddly warm in some places. Where are we? There's this long river-like thing. If we follow it, maybe there'll be something at the end. God damn it, Hungry! Why are you still happy-go-lucky? That bastard has to be alive still.
홍루 씨,
Honglu, how can
어떻게
you be so
매번
calm about everything?
그렇게
I
침착할 수
don't
있는
understand
거야?
Honglu sometimes. Is he? I think he's just how that fella is with pretty much everything.
언제나 저런 느낌이었던 것 같아.
아니, 그런 뜻이
No,
아니라
that's not what I'm.
다들
I mean, where do you guys think
여기가
this is?
어디라고 생각하는 거예요?
I thought she was referencing the whale, but maybe they're referencing one of the characters from the ship.
저흰
We just.
알고 있다.
I'm well aware.
그것의 뱃속으로
We rode into the maws of the beast of our own volition. Not long ago.
우리가
I'm proposing that we enter the stomach of the whale that devoured the golden bow. You're mad. All that thrashing finally sent you off the deep end.
이건 내 목적일 뿐이야.
I'm just going there for my mission, and the golden bow just happens to be in the
가는
way.
길에 황금가지가 있는. 당신들 알아서 결정해.
I'll leave it up to you. Well, to the managers, since they're
관리자님의 결정이
managers.
제일 중요해. 아무튼 이 회사나 저나 목적을 달성하려는 방법을 모색할 뿐이에요.
Wait, is she referencing the captain herself? Because that would be a very, like, Pinocchio scenario where the captain's swallowed by the whale and lives inside the whale. That's always been, like, a thematic for, like, whale stories. If, like, it involves the whale swallowing someone. Because they live on an island inside the whale. Because of how big they are. This company, me, we're just trying to reach our goals.
그리고
Besides, does anyone have a better
방법도
idea?
없잖아요. 그것이 황금가지를 삼켰고 그 황금가지가 그 망할 창백한
That thing
고래의
swallowed the
백화
golden bow,
현상을
and if that golden bow
중화시켜주는
really
거야.
counteracts the damn payload whale's polification effects, then
우리가 그 안에
we might just be
들어가서
able to survive without
침식을
even
당하지는
getting
않을지도
infected by it.
도박이 아이스. 그건
That's the gamble, Ishi. There's just...
알아요.
Yeah, you should
그리고
know.
그건
It's one of your favorite things.
당신이 관리자님은 어떻게
What do you
생각하세요?
think? Ishmael looked at me expectantly. I did, but it was a long time ago, Kat. I've always wanted to get like a leather bound of a lot of the classic novels. Moby Dick being one of them. Ishmael looked at me with expectant eyes as if she knew I had no choice but agree to this plan. You came this far from the golden bow. You're not going to go back out empty-handed, are you? 6 hours. If I don't hear anything from you in 6 hours, LCA will be taking over the rest of this mission.
LCA 팀이 넘겨받으면
LCA takes over the mission, then what? Well, if they hear the unfortunate news that you all decided to row into the whale's belly and got yourselves trapped, they'll have a long internal discussion about how they could blow the whale apart. Then a very lengthy battle will ensue. Okay, so let me get this right. If we fail to find the golden bow stuck somewhere inside the whale's stomach in 6 hours, you won't hesitate to blow us to smithereens along with the whale? Did I get that right?
이 말은
I will not relay that comment. Wow, so what do you think of our odds?
영은 아니지만
Our odds are
연구
non-zero,
수렴하려고
but they may as well be nil.
적어도
At least with the
지금
current
우리가
known
가지고 있는
variables.
변수들로는
가능은 하다는 거죠.
So we have a chance. You have any other ideas? What might get us the golden bow?
그 또한
No,
지금으로서는
not at this moment.
없습니다. 하지만 낮은
What I can
확률의
tell you
것으로
is that we have a
생각했던
history of
방식으로
dramatically completing
작전을
missions with a
극적으로
veritably low
성공시켜왔던
chance of
것을
success.
사실이라고.
Okay then, let's get this done.
역시
Indeed, the lack of a
계획이
plan
없는
becomes
것이 더욱
the plan
계획적이라는
itself.
생각이 드네요. 저만의 새롭게 세운 이론은
This solidifies the
더욱
veracity
공고히
of my new
되었습니다.
theory even further. Luckily, we didn't lose any sinners on the way down. All 12 made it down here, just as we planned. But, guys, where's the boat? Boat was nowhere to be seen.
불길 속으로.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
훌륭하군요. 표적 확인.
자, 이쪽에 잘
끝내지.
생각해보라고.
불길 속으로.
Well, hopefully by then I'll have some more characters that can, like, deal with stuff.
깨우치시겠.
Right now I have niche, like, side characters. I think the only healing characters I have are on Faust and on, I forget his name. And on Otis. Otis has some. He's niche. She is kind of niche, but she also I also have Stabby. Well, I'm not saying cheesing. And then I would suppose these two are kind of good on their own. But other than that, I don't have anyone that could be, like, considered a
준비는 끝났습니다. 명령
solid character.
전원, 눈을
Men,
크게
we
뜨고
will commence a
보트를
search. The
찾는데
boats must be
전념하도록.
found as soon as possible. No, there's no need for a search.
눈은 오른쪽.
400 meters to your right, there is the boat.
나쁘지 않은
Right,
관찰력.
observant you are. Let's not waste any time and return to the boat.
마지막까지
Allow me to finish.
배의 75%
There is the boat in a
이상이
ditch.
파손된 채로 터져
75% of
바닥에
its whole
처박혀
integrity has been breached, and it remains are scattered on the ground.
와,
Wow, so this was a piece of our boat, huh?
배에서부터 나온 조각.
다회 사용을 고려해서 만든 배였는데 말이죠.
That vessel was designed to be used more than 3 times. Pointing at the pitiful sight of an absolutely busted-looking pieces of the propeller. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's probably my most useful character. Well, to be exact, busted pieces of the propeller, and what appeared to once have been our boat's engines. Something comes to a sputtering halt amongst the wretches.
기어이
Thus it rests here forevermore.
이 장면을
This would have been
봤다면
quite a painful sight for Mika and Rain.
레인군이
This is a painful sight for us too.
저희
So what do we...
이쪽
관리자님,
Manager, you can still sense the golden bow, right?
황금가지의 위치.
Yeah, unlike at the bottom of Core Branch, I can definitely feel it somewhere in here. It's also pretty far away, so I can't tell exactly where. Great.
시계를 돌릴
Are you ready to
준비는
turn the clock?
되어 있으시고요.
What's that about turning the clock? Oh. The whales paler had taken their bodies and spines. Of course, it only makes sense that this place is crawling with mermaids.
교전 시작합니다. 확인 사살.
불가 위야. 막아내지 못.
죽지 마라. 좋아.
교전 시작합니다.
Can you eat stuff? Fine, sure. Give me a second.
이제 깨우치시길.
Turn it on.
이상하게 울부짖는 거야. 가치 없군. 죽어.
Consume the water. Give me a sec. There you go. There you go.
불길 속으로.
I don't like that the soundtrack for this area just has a whale moan in the background. Alright. My last meal of the day, guys.
가치 없.
And I can't eat anything until 8 o'clock tomorrow.
가치 없군. 죽어라.
인어들이 더 몰려들기 전에 자리를 벗어나긴 해야겠어.
Yeah, let's bounce before mermaids show up. Why is it not showing up? Why does it do that? Huh. Weird. Give me a sec.
Think you forgot to set the target size to your model.
No, it's... Everything is set. It even throws it in the right area and everything. Oh, okay. I see what's the problem. Yeah, y'all are throwing it. Alright, there you go. Right now. Why is it not working? Yeah, see? Break off! Alright. I need to get more water in a bit. Yeah. Let's bounce before more of those mermaids show up.
이미 고래배 속에 갇혀
Bounce
있는데
where? We're trapped inside a whale.
우리도
Are we
저런 꼴이
gonna
되는
end up
건
looking
아니야.
like them too?
먹힌
You know we've been
거잖아,
devoured.
우린.
지금 당장은 단테 씨의 머리에
Golden
있는
bow
황금가지를
inside Dante's head is like likely
수백
counteracting the
사람들의
politification on Sitter's
막을 수
body.
있을 겁니다. 하지만 언제까지
There
지속될
is
수
no guarantee
있을지는
this defensive
알 수
effect
없겠죠.
will last forever.
환경이
We must take
변해버렸으니까
into account that we are in an unknown environment. In other words, spending too long here could turn us into mermaids just like them. I wasn't sure if I could bring a sinner that's turned into a mermaid. Where do we even go? I don't even have the slightest idea where we might be.
이상하네요.
We weird.
고래라는 건
I didn't know it could rain inside a
뱃속에서도
belly.
비가 내리는
Whale's
걸까요?
belly. I was still unsure where to go, so much so that I was starting to feel completely lost when Hung was starting to blurt something out about rain. What are you talking about?
아, 방금 제 어깨로
Oh, it
물이
just
몇
felt
방울
like a few droplets
떨어졌거든요.
of water on my shoulder.
야, 우리는 이거한테 먹혔고 곧바로 떨어져서
So
꼬라박은
this is
곳이
the first place we
여기였지.
landed after the whale swallowed us whole, isn't it? I have spider phobia. And deep sea phobia, so this one's scaring me a bit. Right?
내가 가끔
Sorry,
당연한
just
게
sometimes I need to
헷갈려서
confirm
그러는데
my common senses.
보통 음식을
When you eat
먹으면
something, where does it usually
제일
land
먼저 어디에
first?
도착하냐?
그거야 당연히
Stomach, of course.
위장이지.
Poor starving
아까부터
stomach.
배고프다고
I see your point.
히스클리프
Cliff.
씨의 질문에 대한 의도 위장에선
Stomach constantly
효율적으로
secretes
음식물을
acid in order to
소화하기 위하여
digest food
끊임없이
effectively.
위산이
학교에서 배웠던
Yeah, I
것
think I learned
같아요.
about that in school.
무슨
It's just some kind
강한
of
산이라고
powerful acid
하는 것들을
that dissolves
분해하는-
everything it touches.
아, 그래서
Oh, so that's why my clothes melted where the water touched.
For all the points you made me waste before, also BTW the sound effect for the throws is still muted or very soft.
Oh, hush. You guys would complain about freaking... I'm not turning it up that much. Mostly because it's gonna take freaking forever to figure this out. Loudest I'm making it. Can't hear it? You're deaf. Frick you! I'm not refunding those throw points. Oh, that's why my clothes melted where the water touched. Feels a bit prickly, too. I stared at Hung's loose shoulder. Something had burrowed a hole there. The surrounding skin was sizzling and melting away. Are we fated to become porridge?
Bokath 1 pat, Bokath 1 pat, Bokath 1 pat.
I'll fight you. Are we fated to become porridge so soon after our arrival?
하나 긍정적인
There's one
발견을
positive
보고
discovery, however. This creature appears to share similar
Bokath
biological...
1 lurker, Bokath 1 dead. Chat complaining is comparable to someone stubbing their toe and screaming but no one is around to hear them.
No, I'm forced to hear them. There is one positive discovery, however. This creature appears to share similar biological mechanisms and shapes as an ordinary organic life form. Everyone, we gotta run! I don't care how many pieces of you are there left, just make sure there's something left for me to bring back.
필두 출진
헤어내리. 그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
이제 끝내자.
불가 위야 막아내지 못해
가치 없고 죽어.
다 죽어라.
교전 시작합니다.
이제 깨우치시길
Brr. So we ran, trying to weave our way between the pouring stomach acid. Would I be knowing where we were supposed to go? Wow, man, what a funny sight, eh? Funny, that's more suspicious than funny. Too loud. Great, now we caught their attention. Who's there? Hey, I heard you guys talking down there. Those mermaids speak? Or no, not mermaids. Ever seen a mermaid this chatty? Their prolification has only partially progressed. So what does that make them? Half human, half fish? Well, we don't got much time, so I'll make it short. This zone floods with acid every 10 minutes or so. Unless you guys are all made of steel, you better decide fast. Either take the rope we're about to lower down, or become sludgy nutrient for the whale and be one with it forever and ever. Well, even if we were to turn to sludge, we can still salvage our weapons. We don't got nothing to lose. Some of them are already starting to melt. Do we even have a choice? Rope! Now! That rope, right? There's more. There's made of capillary we pulled straight from its lungs. It'll last more than an hour, even in its stomach acid. Why'd you even ask? I hate this. Phew. I don't know who you guys are, but thanks. Yeah, what a catch. We'll net us upwards of 3 golds for this. I think this tick-tocking friend might be worth more than that. Catch? You think we fished this up? We come here every once in a while to check if anyone's washed up, yeah. But most of them poor castaways are already almost full mermaids by the time we find them. In a matter of minutes, they're all rearing to kill us, and the rest are just your everyday mermaids. This is a special occasion, then. Probably first time ever we found sailors that could not only talk, but weren't halfway trained the mermaid. Why do you guys come here every once in a while, then? Clock friend here keeps ticking away. Are you saying something? Doubtful. Doubt they're on a full-on robot. Don't most people prefer to keep the ability to speak even when replacing their bodies with prosthetics? Guess the trends have really changed since we got here. So the buddy there, well, it's long story, but yeah, they can't really communicate normally. Oh, good. Everyone's got a story they don't want to tell. We can sympathize a little. Talking ain't the easiest thing to do. Consider yourselves lucked out, fellas. You guys ran into us of all things. Because we'll be getting out of here real soon. Where do you think they're taking us? What if they're leading us into a trap? If they were trying to attack us, they would have done so while we were almost at the top of the cliff. They're completely vulnerable to attacks there. And Ishmael opened her mouth as she was about to say something and stopped herself before turning around. It looked like she hadn't finished processing her thoughts yet. I'm pretty sure that's her old crew. I'm sure I've seen that harpoon before somewhere. What ship are you guys from again? It's called the Limbus. You probably haven't heard of it, yeah. Well, talk straight, man. It's not like you're a mermaid. Who's your captain? They're from U-Corp. The name just might ring a bell. Who's our captain again? I don't know, guys. I've never taken the helm. Not sure if I could call myself a captain here. The helm, forsooth. This is about who handles the wheel. I'm quite aware of our captain. Kalon is our captain indeed. Never heard of him. I guess it's really been a while. Then he scratched his head. Captain Charon clearly didn't ring a bell. You, how long has it been since you've trapped down here? 8 months. No, Damas, this is our 3rd year. Our last count was at 644 days, so I don't know. I quit counting in the days a while ago. I've lost completely track of time since we got stuck deep inside where the sun don't shine.
제가
I
알기로
see. I only know one person who ties a knot to their harpoon like that. Oh, this? It's called the Disperet's knot. Even in our town, the experienced few knows how to tie it.
그럼
So, they're here?
나
I think I know you.
당신의
Ishmael suddenly comes to a stop. So do our guides. Not because of what she said.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
Talon says, brum brum.
자,
Here we are! Welcome to Pekoa Town.
선장님.
Back, Captain! Look what we fished up! Captain? Quite the catch indeed. You certainly are excellent scout, Starbuck. Wily old woman approached us, her harsh voice tickling our ears. It is the captain. It is the entire crew. I knew it. 2 gold coins for you, lad. Here's one for the twins. Thank you, Captain. Been a long, long while since our Perkwood town gained new villagers. Villagers? Not guests? That woman seems to think us already bound to this village. I knew it. Welcome. I have built this village to watch over these poor, wretched sods. Soon I shall set sail on the final voyage with my crew. I am Captain Ahab. Ah, Ishmael. You have no idea how I've waited, how I've longed for this moment. You won't ever know. Because I'll gut you like a fish before you even have a chance to find out. What a way to creep your captain, Ishmael. The captain remained serene even as Ishmael suddenly charged her. Ishmael, wait. Now that you mention it. Thankless bastards, you dare attack our captain? We'll show you what we're made of. We'll toss you back into that river to acid.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고. 그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
So why are we killing them?
아직 죽지 마라. 헤어내리.
교전 시작합니다. 확인 사살.
숨통 끊기. 끝내지. 헤어내리.
How am I rolling so low? The hell happened here?
잠깐만.
좋아, 다 죽어라. 이런 예상 못했나 봐.
표적 완전 무력화.
I was rolling like 5s and crap with some of my best characters. Oh, cool. I have to do 2 fights before a boss fight. That's
준비는
fair.
끝났습니다. 명령 대기.
Yum yum takey.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
교전 시작합니다.
숨통 끊기.
그 오늘을
헤어내리. 가치 없고 죽어라.
이제 깨우치시길.
And I can't heal. This is gonna be painful.
필두 출진.
변변찮은 선원들만
Not a lot of
남았나 봐.
good men left, Ahab. Ishmael quickly leaped to the side, evading a harpoon that struck the sweet spot she was just standing on.
또 누가
Who's that? This now. Our crew's nothing but, if not loyal, more so than anyone in the world. And this one here is second to none when it comes to harpooning. So, do you still fail to see that to attack me here is to court death? A sailor wearing an odd-looking mask joined the fray. Look at the size of that harpoon. Direct hit from will turn you bones to dust. That one's a real warrior. Did you stop being so bloody creepy for 1 second? Give me the shivers out of here nowhere. That's her best friend.
불길 속으로.
확인 사살.
숨통 끊기.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
아직 죽지 마라.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
해야지.
헤어내리.
훌륭하군요. 표적 확인. 과연
교전 시작합니다.
가치 없다. 죽어라.
떼어내주지.
깔끔하게 몰았군.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리.
여행엔 목적이 있었지.
I've noticed that they all have that weird, like,
틈을 끊어. 잠깐만.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리.
진짜 즐거운.
교전 시작합니다.
이제 깨우치시게.
강해.
All of you. Strong,
그리고
but no sailors.
아니야.
왜?
Why talk so irritating?
단축할 것도
You're not
아니라니.
abbreviating with acronyms, and all you're doing is
지루한
wasting
시간
time.
일일
She smells mace. Nick the harpooner's mask. She came dangerously close to smashing their skull.
뿐이다. 순순히
Should've
비켰어야지.
got him out of my way when I gave you the chance. Now I'm gonna have to
당신
bash
머리
your face in.
날아가게 생겼다.
그리고
But you
너는 맞아.
are a sailor.
됐어.
Right.
그래, 우린
We both are. Wait, Quag.
기케그. 와우.
Wasn't she say something about her bashing her face in just a moment ago?
벗을 만난다는 건
This embraces what one would call does when meeting an old fellow.
그렇게라도 안아버리자.
Fear they may flutter away unless you hold them tightly so.
머리색
Hair color,
못 잊어.
can't forget.
이름
Your name,
알아.
I know. But no
하지만
attacking
안
captain.
되는 행동이야.
왜?
Why? I'm just...
공격도
You attack Captain Yin, I attack you.
나도 공격 그때.
Didn't kill or be killed, one of us.
죽.
자, 어쩔 건가?
Well now, whatever shall you do? Starbuck here has, out of the kindness of his heart, rescued you with jaws of death, invited you to my village. Yet you've elected to attack me as if to spit on my that very kindness. If we were sailing the Great Lake, I would have had all of you tied and thrown overboard to be crushed beneath the keel of our ship. Your lungs floating with the lake's waters. There were at least 40 people living in Percoton, and that was a conservative estimate. From their vicious glares, I could tell that every single one of them was fiercely loyal follower of Ahab. Here they were in this unfamiliar environment, trapped and lost. Things aren't looking so good. A word from Ahab and they'd all be upon us. We were to retreat behind us into the river to stomach acid out of us into unknown territory. Lad, lasses, can't cast fear from your hearts. It's lucky for you that I am nothing if not merciful. I shall forgive your transactions thus far. I have questions I would ask you, and I'm certain that you have a few more for me as well. If you're willing to talk, then enter Captain's quarters. And peace, mine. Ahab casually turned around, marched into one of the buildings. She carried herself with utmost confidence. Utmost confidence. Consume the water high hammer. Almost like she knew that we would follow. We had no choice but to follow. Boy, them blokes that were guarding us, they're gone like nothing happened.
선장.
Captain forgave. And everyone also forgives. I forgive too.
다들
Turn her back on someone who's charging at her with murder's intent just moments ago is...
그래.
She's confident.
있다는 거겠지. 얼마든지
Confident that she got the numerical advantage even if we were to press the offensive. Confident that we know there's more for us to lose by attacking her than going along with her.
방금 조형된 그 상황 하나.
With what just happened, she's made it clear as day. At least while we're in here, she has absolute control of the situation.
평화롭게 대화라니.
Talk with her in peace? Nonsense. Not like we have a way out of here. Jamel's gaze followed Quake, who walked wordlessly behind the captain. Let's go.
저 개자식이
Let's listen to what that
어떤
bastard's
일을
got to
짓거릴지
say.
들어보자고요. 어디로도 도망은 못
There's nowhere to
칠게요.
run after all.
저 새끼는
For her or for us. Well, that will help a little bit. Staggered characters need to be close, but yeah.
그런데 저 게시판에 적혀있는 건 뭐야?
So what's that board over there?
선원마다
A number of gold coins assigned to each crew, man and woman. We can collect them by fishing up useful stuff or by hunting mermaids.
인어들을 사냥하는 데 성공하면 받을 수 있지.
And who's the one paying you? The captain? Obviously?
선장님이지.
Are you saying that there's an economic activity within the whale's stomach?
이곳에서는 그 말을
What need of gold coins do you have in here? Let alone the means of procuring them. Project Moon loves tall, crazy women and screaming men. Yep.
말했잖아.
Told ya.
우리
We'll
있는
be out of here in just
밖에
a little bit.
나간다니까. 그리고
And once we're off the ship, I get paid
벌써
63 gold
63개의
coins.
그 말을 이 정도라면
That much dough?
도시로
I might
나가서
just be able to snag myself halfway
쓸만한
decent
배를
ship. Unless
살 수
inflation's gone
있을지도
nuts, that
모르지.
is.
아이봐.
By the way, ever been
혹시
to Marlin
정색치
port ship lately? Any chance you saw the
거라면
Stingray
말해줘.
flat top grill
가오리
place? I wonder if it's still
철판
open.
해물집은
Oh, that
맛있어
sounds
보이는
Limbus, is
이름인걸?
it? Looks like Ahab's giving out gold coins to her crew for their labor. A promise of a reward for services rendered. I'm sure that's a strong motivator. Hey, Ishmael, you really caught me off guard earlier.
너를
Seriously,
이곳에서
I didn't
만날 거라고는
think I'd find
생각도
you here of all places.
못해서 말이야. 밖에 나가면
When we're out of here, we should go cur
술통 하는 건
hash at a
어때?
bar and drink some rum straight from a bar.
예전처럼 말이야.
Bro, we'll make it a competition. It's like the good old days.
그래.
Right.
다른
So did you get a
선원들이랑
chance to say hello to
인사는
everyone?
나눴어?
A little chat?
그리고 또
oh,
머리는 왜또
And
그렇게
you sure did grow
길게
your
기른 거야?
hair out. Whatever happened to long hair is annoying.
질문이 많네요.
That's a lot of question at once.
다들 저랑
I don't
이야기도
think any
나누고
of them
싶어하지 않던데요.
want to chat with me. I can tell from the looks they're giving me.
이곳에선
Sometimes
다른
people from other ships would join us in the village,
모두
but none of them
하루를
lasts more than a
못 넘겼어.
day.
여태까지
We're the only
버틴
ones who's
건
made it this long.
우리 선장님이
It's all thanks to a solution our
알려주셨거든.
captain came up with. A solution.
몸과
Way to stop
머릿속에
our bodies and minds from turning
하얗게
pale.
되지 않을 수
Good.
있는
What is it? As you can
보다시피
see with
선장님만
our
아니었다면
captain, we'd
우리는
long turned
이곳에서
it into mermaids. Without the captain, this
변했을
village
거야.
wouldn't exist.
마을에는 그러니까 선장님을
Anyone that dares to
적대하는
attack
자는
Recognize the captain is our
적이 되는
enemy.
거야. 선장님과
Just to stand against
뜻을
the cap
같이 하지
and
않는
it's to stand against your
것은
own very
우리
survival.
모두를 죽이는 거란.
이런 사람이었나요?
You've changed, Starbuck.
꽤 선장에게
I remember you butting heads with the captain all the time.
그래?
I? Don't forget who trapped all of you in the first place, led us to our deaths. Coley walked past Starbuck before entering the office. Thought he was an old mate of yours.
스타벅, 피코드 후에 1등
Starbuck, first mate of the Urquide.
모두에게 좋은
You wanted to
사람이
be a
되고
good
싶었죠.
person to everyone. He
동시에
was the closest of the crew
선장과
to the
가장 가까운
captain's ear,
사람이었고요. 가까운 만큼
which meant that
의견
they
다툼도
also squabbled
많았지만
pretty often. Didn't matter in
가만히
the end.
있었죠. Ahab은
Ahab was
평등하다고
equally
말할
indifferent to
정도로
everyone anyway.
모두에게 관심이 없었으니.
누추한 자리를 내주는
Please
건
excuse the
이해를
stay of my office.
럼주라도 있으면
Bottle of rum
큰
and this place would have
상처가
gone down much sooner.
하지만
Yet
아무리
after all the
기다려도
time we spent down stuck down here,
술병만
I'm not a single bottle of it float its way in.
협상은 제가 주도해 보도록
Executive
하겠습니다.
manager, allow me to take charge of this negotiation.
이스마엘,
Ishmael cannot be trusted to make a rational decision.
힘들 것 같고.
You, executive manager, cannot properly communicate with this woman. She will only hear your ticking sounds.
에이헤브 선장이라 했나?
Ahab, is it? We
감히
allow me to hazard a guess. You rode in here voluntarily in search of something that the pale whale devoured.
삼켜진 무언가를 찾으러 그렇다는 건
This means that you and your present company have also found a way to keep yourself from turning into mermaids.
방법을 찾을. 뭐
Well,
여기까지
I don't
온
suppose
이상
there's no point in hiding
굳이
it.
숨길 필요는
We've
없겠지.
already come this far.
우리는 어떤
We're in search
물건을
of
찾고 있어.
a certain object.
어떻게 생겼냐면
Its
말이야.
certain appearances as thus. Don Quixote started explaining, looking around excitedly as she was expecting the captain to suddenly produce the golden bow from her pockets. Wait, are we really going to tell her everything? Why don't we talk about this first between us first?
알고 있.
I know what you seek. Golden stick of swords, I presume.
막대기 같은 것을 찾고 있겠. 내가 틀렸나?
Am I wrong? What? We couldn't even deny her accusation thanks to Gregor's extreme telling reaction. I know where to find it. I can even bring it to you. Bring you to it. How do we know you're unbuffing?
맞아요.
What if we just
어쩌면
overheard while we were talking? Ishmael, prove it to you then. I shall prove it to you then. From that branch emanates a very far-reaching golden light. Its glow is warm and bright. Not bright enough to be blinding. Appears that at least she knows of the golden bow. She has told us more than what an unrelated individual should know about it. Still, I don't believe she's really about to tell us where the bow is. You presume that I would not part with this information. I have nothing to hide. Ahab slammed the desk and leaned aggressively toward us. We wore a knowing grin, as though she exactly wanted what we wanted and what we were about to say to get it. This speaks plainly here. I have nothing to hide from you. In fact, I dare say that it is you who are withholding things from me. You call that stick the golden bow, do you? Well then, that golden bow is at this dead center of this accursed whale.
중심이라.
At the dead center. The epicenter of this deep, resonating, thumping. The spring of life that fuels this beast. The heart. The heart that seeps with all that evil is in the world. But you are in luck. It just so happens that the Paracode has set course for that very same destination. And we plan to set sail in the very near future. Because the only way out of the whale is by destroying its heart.
신기하네요.
That's interesting. I wonder if this is just a coincidence.
어떤 점이 신기한 거죠?
What's so interesting about it?
심장까지
Isn't it
가려고
interesting
많은
that
시간
after all these
준비하셨을
years they
텐데
spent preparing for the journey to the Ark, we just happened to arrive as they were about to set sail? I have naught else to say, but merely refer to the nature of fate. For its fate itself is weaved so that I, Ahab, shall be the one to pierce the heart of the painted whale. I've set more sails in this belly of this beast than a number of your gritty teeth combined. I've been to every nook and cranny of this place, all of which I clearly recall. There is no method upon this earth that I have not attempted to pierce this beast's hide. Allow me to preclude you a few options for you. This beast's hide is as thick and as penetrable as our corpse fortress. All the weapons of the world will not be able to pierce it.
언제나
Tried to stab it. My harpoon. Wound it, yes. Puncture a hole, no. Well, if you find my words so difficult to believe, feel free to give it a try with your own weapons.
흠집조차도 나지 않았긴 했소만.
Mine attempts hardly left a mark.
저자의 말이 정말이라면
He's right then. It won't matter what the Indigo Elder does. It won't matter what LCA does.
시간이 지나도
It won't matter how hard we try. We can't get us out of here. We know better than anyone. The crushing pain of surviving at a place such as this with no hope of rescue. No sane mind survived such torment for so long. Behold my pitiful crew. They hold on tooth and nail to their sense of self as a paling memory tries to devour them whole.
없어.
Nothing here.
여기
Nothing.
아무것.
None. We could do naught here but scavenge float sand that washes up into its stomach. Mermaid corpses. Quake brings back from her hunter only source of substance.
부드러워.
Fins.
지느러미.
Soft.
대체 어떻게
How the heck are you guys even surviving here?
단 하나.
Faith. The faith that, as long as we follow our captain,
이곳을
he'll eventually lead us
나갈 거라는 믿음.
out of here.
우리는
That's the hope we hold on
그걸로
to.
버티는 거야.
Now give my offer a listen. I, Captain Ahab of Perquad, leader of Perquad Town, have a responsibility to bring every single one of my crew home. Thus I make this offer to you. I will destroy this bastard's heart, for long have I prepared now. All that remains to be done is to set the plan in motion.
우리의
Our
목적은
goals are the
같으니
same, yet we
전리품은
each
다르다.
seek different treasures.
내 계획을
Assist me in my
도와줘.
plan. We will hunt this
너희는
whale and escape.
황금가지를
The
챙겨.
golden bowl shall be yours.
우리는
잠시 이야기를 나누겠다.
We must discuss this amongst ourselves first.
얼마
Take as much as time as you want. Ahab nodded with a generous smile. We huddled in one corner of our office to discuss this.
이곳까지 타고 왔던 배는
The boat that
복구가
carried us here is
불가능하다.
beyond salvaging.
그리고 이곳을 나가기
Thus, it
위해서
follows that we
다시
require a
배가
new boat for
필요하다.
us to escape the whale.
더불어 내부를
Moreover,
조사하기
moving
위해서
across the
저
bodily
체계를
fluids of this whale is necessary if we
그때도
are to
필요할
conduct
것이다.
an investigation of its interiors. For that, we require a new boat.
여차하면 저자들의
And
배를
commandeering their
강탈하는
vessel
것도
is one of our options.
그렇게
Guys, they can hear us. Pipe down.
우리 배 복잡해.
Oh shit.
조작법
Hard to sail. Complex.
운전은
Only Perquad crew can handle
오로지 할 수
Perquad
있어.
boats.
결국
What
틀렸잖아요.
I say? How much time would it take if we were to build a boat from scratch?
아무 재료도 없는
Consider that we
상태에서
possess no necessary materials. Consider that we must reinforce it. To be resistant to the whale's acid, the estimate time of completion is... No. Let's not even think of that.
그러죠.
Let's not. Ha!
제안이라.
So that's your offer? I can
예상한
smell your
만큼
bullshit coming from a
개소리는
mile away.
저자는 언제나
She's not
같아요.
changed one bit.
그럴듯한
Driving
계획으로
people to their
사람을
deaths?
죽음까지 몰고
Well,
가죠.
bullshit that, at a glance, seems plausible.
이번에도 다를 바 없어요.
Nothing's changed.
저도
Yeah, there's something off about her. Maybe we should just do this ourselves. Right, never trust something that requires too much explaining.
저 사람들은 심장을
She
터뜨리고
didn't explain
나가기
really
위해서
anything.
많은 시간을 쏟아부은 것
I think
같은데
that they spent a long time
우리가 당장
building a
해결할
plan
수
to
있는
destroy
걸까요?
escape this place. Can we really do that on our own from scratch?
저희가 언제까지 버틸 수 있을지도 잘
I
모르겠어요.
honestly don't know how long we could hold out in here.
그래, 저 선장만큼이나 이곳을
Yeah,
곳곳이
that
잘
captain
알고
probably
있는 자는
knows this place better
없어
than anyone.
그럼
Our options are either turn into mermaids and kill each other,
이곳에 영원히
or remain trapped in here forever.
둘
Are they
중에
really the only alternatives we got?
붉은 시선께서
The Great Gate shall not abandon us! Blah!
이럴 때 의견 정하는
We're having
방법은
trouble
간단.
coming to an agreement.
배틀
I will
유엔.
mediate. Let's battle to the last person standing and have them decide. That's Ryoshi for you. Split. The senators were all expressing their opinions, which were all very diametrically opposed to one another. Little hope of being somewhere in the middle. And I was unnerved how easily Ahab managed to see right through us. Let me fill up my water. I am my biggest fan. Of course you are, Red Tomato. I love you too. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get water. Alright, here we go.
너희끼리도 쉽사리 결정을 못
I see that you're having some trouble coming to an agreement amongst yourselves. It is quite understandable. It should be clear as day that the answer is right before your eyes. My offer is perfect for your present, rather desperate situation. But that is the whims of fate. These seemingly implausible, coincidental opportunities are threads of fate weaving the path ahead of us. You must first learn to be someone who grips their destiny when it presents itself. Common wisdom among every seafarer. Ugh. Sinclair shuddered a little. He does not like the phrase grip. Because she was called the Gripper. Okay, I get it. Fierce Moon is a past Quinn's must have passed before every sinner's eyes. We were almost sandwiched between two ships when we encountered those floating mermaids on a desert ship. We fought a whale and its byproducts that came with the waves. You and your arrogant, all-knowing speeches haven't changed a bit. Don't delude yourself. I'm not joining hands with you ever again. Even now, I can't wait to chew you up and tear you apart. What a face! What words! The girl's finally learned how to speak like a proper sea dog with her salt. Haven't you, Ishmael? Didn't think you'd remember my name. How could I not? I heard your voice moments before the whale swallowed me whole. The echoes of your voice calling my name, scattered to the winds amongst the desolation. I could hear it clearly. I saw it happen but a day ago. Even for a brief moment, through the tempest, our eyes met, and I peered into the depths of your heart, into the depths of your true desire. Ahab strode towards Ishmael. Ishmael stood her ground. She glared at the old woman with bloodshot eyes. So I'll give you what you want. Her voice was low yet personal, honest. Let's see what kind of crap you come up with this time. Because what I want is my heart. Ishmael, listen well. I am the first and only person who watched the birth of your life's greatest wish. There was an awakened deep within you, a hateful obsession, screaming and thrashing with frenzy so that you may one day gut me yourself. That very desire is which brought you before me. Past the trials and tribulations the world has thrown in your way, am I wrong? The golden bow they seek, you don't give a shit about that. Of course you don't. My very heart is your golden bow. Your plunder, the treasure you so desperately seek at the end of your journey. I knew that. Deep inside, you were still a sailor and a harpooner, and an excellent one at that. From the moment our reunion till now, you've been stabbing me over and over again in your head, and not once have you averted your eyes. And what a harpooner that makes you. Were I a whale, I would have given my heart willingly to I've willingly given you my heart to kill. You'll give me your heart? You know better than anyone that I do not lie, Ishmael. You know where the bow of my accumulated passion is set course to. Help me destroy this whale's heart? Ah, Captain Ahab will willingly give you my life. It matters not the manner in which you end me. I will gladly accept it with all gladly. Ahab snatches Ishmael's harpoon and brings it close to her throat. Now, do you wish to tear open my arteries? Do you not wish to tear open my arteries? Allow me to make this task even easier for you. Shall I turn my neck so that my veins are plain to see? All of this is yours, as long as I can achieve my goal. Oh, what a keen harpoon you have whetted. I can imagine the nights you spent sharpening it, drawing a picture of my painful demise. You must have felt it, the call of destiny, your fate, just as I have. No one on this earth understands you better than I do, Ishmael. I know that there is longing, that there is burning hatred that consumes your days. Yeah, you're right. I'm barely holding myself back from tearing you into your arteries. But you do not act. Because even now, even at the tip of your razor-sharp harpoon tickles the fuzz of my neck. You know the truth so well. But you are still too weak to kill me. How pitiful, yet how clever the girl knows her place. And that cleverness serves you well. A foolish sailor would not have accepted this very generous offer of mine. Because I can kill the pale whale with my 2 hands. I cannot. What happens next? My heart is yours to harpoon, Ishmael. I will be made complete at that very moment. What happens afterwards, I could care less. Ishmael laughed and laughed. She did not fight back with her biting tongue, nor did she sharply and rationally criticize Captain's work as she did ours. She laughed, laughed, and laughed, glaring straight into Ahab's eyes. Yes! I like the look in your eyes. I can already see it. In fact, I may as well have already heard your decision from that look. Enjoy your last voyage, Ahab. And whatever it takes, survive to end of this voyage until you destroy the whale's heart. And I'll happily destroy you the moment you're made complete. Kinda like her laugh. Yes! Now I see the eyes of a proper sea dog. Finally, conviction burns within your eyes. I shall not disappoint, Ishmael. Allow my heart to beat like the very tempest. Allow my heart to bleed harder than the boiling blood of the lava whale, so that it may be a target worthy of your harpoon. That's a crazy person laugh. A sense of overwhelming dread emanated from the pair's mad laughter. Neither I nor the other sinners dared to intrude. Their laughters were very much alike, to the point where I wasn't even sure which belonged to Ishmael and which belonged to Ahab. What I was thinking then, I'm not really sure. It wasn't like we had any other choice, but maybe I was hoping that Ishmael would refuse the offer. So you're joining us for the journey to the heart? Ain't that nice? It's encouraging to have you lively looking fellas along for the ride. Got a hint of that pale membrane to be seen on yous. Oh, speaking of which, how are you also? Okay. How come the pallid whales got no effect on any of you? Curious, Starbuck asked. Forsooth, that is, It's a long story. We just happened to get lucky, and I'll leave it at that. Gregor clucked in and blocked Don Quixote's mouth. Yeah, probably don't tell them my head, or that the golden bow has like a reason that it stops. There are tasks that must be completed if we are to reach the heart. 2 ships, 2 routes. They must go their separate ways to reach the heart. The Pickwad will make its way through the pancreas. Question, shoot. Why are you the ones going through the pancreas? The whale's pancreas is vast and filled with treacherous acid. To go in there without knowing when and where the acid was spewed from is to dance with death. So I'm elected to bring those I have toiled here for years, not inexperienced landsmen such as yourselves. Starbuck shrugged next to the captain. I must also mention that the Pancras is heavily populated by mermaids. It's better that we sailors don't spend our lives hunting mermaids and whales. Take that route instead. While there aren't any particular powerful or troublesome mermaids there, our numerical advantages will still be useful in that path. At the end of its pancreas, we'll hew upon its largest vein, and then its left heart atrium will open to supply blood to the heart. Okay, so what about us? You will take this path, the right heart atrium connected to the lungs. This is a narrow path, so a smaller vessel will serve you well. Some other things have made their way into that path. I send you on. They are neither whale nor mermaids. Their numbers are small, but each of them may pose a difficult fight. So basically, we're going to have a gauntlet of anomalies, like in a normal mirror dungeon. Gotcha. What you lack in numbers, I assume, will be made up by your individual prowess. You and your men will shine in targeted strikes. Not all out battles the Perkhood will face through the pancreas. Were you not here, I would have had to send Starbuck, Quakeleg, and at least 8 other good men that way. A boat divided will have a much higher chance of failing. In fact, it had been rather a significant concern of mine. But you have arrived, fittingly perfect in this conundrum of a puzzle, as through Satan itself has ordained it. Destiny's one fickle thing, is it not? Yes, I have. Must be referring to the abnormalities that were solved along with the lobotomy branch. So you know something about those odd creatures. Indeed. Our Canto was ordained by fate. The very destiny that leads me to the heart of the whale. Kill the monsters there. Hew open the arteries, and the right atrium shall open. And we'll meet again at the heart where the atriums meet. Then I shall enter and destroy its core, the heart of the heart, if you will. Verily, you complain that there is a heart within a heart? I see you have little experience contending with a foe so great as the whale. It is obvious that such a creature will have a heart that fuels its heart. Is that supposed to be obvious? The sun shall shine on us again only when we destroy the heart beating with the very essence of evil. Oh, let me say it. How...
Hi, cute dragon bokath.
Not cute. Let me prep my voice for this. When we destroy the heart being with the very essence of evil, with the whale's sundered flesh, shall the gently light rain above us, and you will impale me with the final harpoon, to end my breath once and for all. Yeah. Well, I'm yet to analyze the geography of this entity. The general structure of the plan appears sound to me. Executive manager. Yeah, I agree. Looks like Ahab wasn't kidding about checking every nook and cranny of the belly of the whale. He did that with a singular desire to hunt, to kill this great whale once and for all. And for such a long time. I still don't like this. Are we supposed to just, what, listen to some dodgy captain ordering us around? I thought the clockhead here was for our boss. Why don't we just finish this with our own hands instead of relying on her? Let's just do this ourselves. Let two of us go mad into a mermaid, and at least it would have been our work at the end of the day. A most irresponsible suggestion. I would have been the first to suggest that, had I not estimated our losses to be higher than 1 or 2 of us.
하지 그랬냐?
Why didn't you?
이곳은
We are at a significant disadvantage when it comes to information on this battlefield. The executive manager's life may be at risk at any moment. Not even witless rookies risk or gamble with the lives of their superiors. And all that for your pride? What foolishness. As long as we destroy the heart, I can end her. I keep trying to speak, I keep thinking in Ahab voice. As long as we destroy the heart. She grits her teeth as she repeats it to herself like a mantra. So that she may never forget. Not even for a moment. Right then. We will meet again at our rendezvous point. Let this be a good voyage to us all. The sunlight is within our grasp, my dearest crew. We will soon breathe deep the metallic traitorous stench of the city's air. Ahab provided us with a boat that could bring us all the way to the heart. Only Perkwood stews Perkwood boat. So I steer. Quickwag joined us as our helmswoman. Quickwag wasn't lying. This ship wasn't like any other boat we've seen. Its body was made of flesh and bones. I also noted that a few pieces of metal plates were visible between the organic materials. Only a crew of the Perkwood could possibly know how to steer this bizarre ship. That's a lot of fights. I'm thinking 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, maybe? That's a rough estimate. At least for this little path right here. I'm assuming there's at least one heal. And I'm assuming there's at least one other event.
Hug Big Sis Bokath, 1 heart.
Ishmael stares wordlessly as Quickwag. I thought you... Everyone died. Me too. Also thought you did. Where I was, we bury dead people. No burning. In earth and hearts. Deep. Never to dig up again. Because we have to forget. Did you bury me too? I want to see sunset again. That keeps me going. Breathing. Throwing harpoons. I thought you didn't like the outside world. Sunset, always warm whenever it sets. I'm hearing a terrifying cry coming from far away. It's the mermaid's cry. Our future if we fail to escape. Cry and cry. Trying to kill all we see. Then melt very slowly. And later, float away like we were never here. Don't want to be mermaid. The painted whale. Have to kill it. Only then we get out. I see another vision of Ishmael. It's growing more and more frequent. Maybe it's the influence of the golden bow. Crying. Every night, a terrifying cry echoes from the holds. Pip, it's your turn to go down there. The mermaids cried every night, single night. So we had to lock them deep into the holds. Pip doesn't want to go down there. It's scary. It's just the luck of your draw, Pip. I'm sorry, but you gotta accept it. Isn't it weird, Quickwag? Why are we doing any of this? She looks cool. Ishmael, steel yourself. We'll see Paled Whale soon. Which means all this be over soon. Yeah, it'll all be over soon. When this voyage is over. What is this mess? Do you not man your stations properly, you deckhands? Captain, Pip doesn't want to go down there. Pip's scared to death. It's so scary down there. Every night, Pip is. Every night, he scratches at the locked door. Get a hold of yourself, Pip. That's just a mermaid. Pip knows. Pip saw. That was something ate Stub, Captain. Paled Whale ate Stub and the boat he was on. And Pip, turn away from the sound of the holes. Look far beyond to the Great Lake. The Paled Whale's day of reckoning draws near. The louder the mermaid cries, the closer we are to our goal. The creature will lead us to the Paled Whale. I'm not quite sure of my feelings on this one yet. It's very emotional. That night I snuck into Captain Ahab's quarters. Into the captain's quarters, unauthorized, was like breaking a taboo. Every new sailor knew that. If I was caught, I would have had to accept whatever punishment they decided to levy upon me for committing a sin that may as well have been mutiny. But I don't know what I was thinking when I walked in there. Captain Ahab, Captain's eyes were locked onto the map of the Great Lake stuck to the ceiling of her quarters. She did not stir. I looked at this sight for a moment before stumbling out of the captain's quarters. So you went into captain's quarters, huh? Mr. Starbuck? Captain never gets a proper shut-eye. Even when she sleeps with her eyes wide open. She's always looking at the Paled Whale somewhere in the Great Lake, even as she dreams. Captain ain't sleeping. She's awake. Always is. Yeah, on the Perquad, the captain had a tight leash around us. We were merely gasping at what little air she permitted us. Go and get some rest, like Captain said. The whale's gotta be close. I don't always understand the captain. Sometimes I wish he'd entertain some different ideas. But we won't have to suffer much more of it. We'll all be free soon. Once we kill the Paled Whale and leave this ship, Do any of them survive, Cat? I'm assuming some of them survive. I don't know if that's... If they survive, that's spoiling it. If they don't, it's not spoiling anything. Wait, why are they healing? I don't know.
확인 사살. 불가 위가 막아내지 못하리.
How's it spoiling it either way? If they're dead, they're just dead. Oh well. If they're alive... I feel like the only one that I'd get emotional about being alive still is Quake-Quag, but I'm pretty sure Quake-Quag's gonna die. I think she dies at the end. Like, she gets to see sunset and that's it.
확인. 표적 무력화.
But I'm like, I feel like it's just guaranteed that she dies.
막아내지 못하리.
끝내지.
Will, give me a hint. Does anyone survive besides my team? Nothing's guaranteed in the city. Effie? Who's Effie? Are you talking about the captain from the other area? That'd be messed up if she dies. Canto 3. Nope, don't remember. So soon after setting sail, well, we started hearing something shake underneath the ship. What's that? Forsooth, there may be a foe under our ship. Scratching. Yeah, that's ominous. We should check it out. What should we do? Of course we should. As we tried to check underneath the boat, a powerful shock rocked the stern of the boat. Mermaids, hostile coming from the bottom of the ship. We're gonna minimize our losses by having one of us go push them off the ship before they latch on.
간단한 명령입니다.
Bride, take 10% less damage. Wait, where are we? Looks like there's gonna be one more fight, and that's probably gonna be like a big fight right there. Look, Boka. What am I looking at?
야음을 틈타.
It shall be as the city wills it.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
틈을 끊어.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
My biggest damaging move didn't kill them. Wow.
불길 속으로.
To be fair, I don't think I rolled really good on it.
표적 확인.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
숨통 끊기.
불길 속으로.
이제 깨우치시게. 이제 깨우치시게.
표적 완전 무력화.
Oh, it's a heal, and then it's gonna be like a big fight right here or something. Entered a narrow waterway of sorts. Executive manager. I see mermaids swimming under the ship. Mermaids lashed onto the walls are glaring at us as well. This place is hard to steer and keep track of directions. Hard to do at once. Someone will have to keep up track of the directions. Left! Road splits to 3. Wait, look. Open it at 2 o'clock. Like I say, it shows quick and clear directions. We were able to quick work up the waterways. Been a while since we've done something like this together. Yes. Remember? Starbuck on helm, you, me, shouting at Starbuck? Yeah. Man, there's no end to them. But the horde of mermaids attacking our ship doesn't seem any smaller than it did when we first entered.
상황 종료라고 알림.
Go straight. Now. Right. Hard rudder. Thanks to Faust's quick and clear directions, we were able to work quick work. There's no end to them, huh? But the horde of mermaids attacking our ship doesn't seem any smaller than it did when we entered.
때로는 검이 문제를 해결해주기도 합니다.
Almost there. We escape soon to next area. We're almost there. And as always, Ryoshi for the end. Yeah! It's opening up. Wait, it's a waterfall. Steady as you go. Oh, rocks ahoy. Keep left, and right, full rudder. Thanks to Roshi's quick and straightforward directions, we managed to lose the memories and escape the waterway.
심심풀이는 되는군.
Mermaid oil. Turn in if there's more than 15% max HP was lost this turn. Attack up. Inflict additional trimmer with skills that inflict trimmer. So, all my trimmer girl characters are really good now. Big fight. Right heart atrium. So it's gonna be a maybe like a wall and a anomaly, maybe.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
저거
Not
인어도
that.
아니고
Not mermaid. Not whale. Monsters from other outskirts.
환상체라고
Their official
명칭합니다.
denomination is anomalies. They were once contained within the lobotomy court, but the whale has devoured them.
다르지만
I saw similar things before, but not abnormality. Different.
네.
Yes, indeed. In outskirts, anything is within reach of realm of possibility. I find it credible that you may have encountered similar entities in the outskirts.
환상체.
Abnormalities, born how?
한때 인간이었던
They were once human.
존재들입니다. 이들은
They have been
새로운
created by
에너지를
humans as a
생산하며
sort of new energy.
인공적으로 생산이 되었죠.
있는 것
They have
같아.
wishes, looks like.
원하는 것.
환상체들이
You ask if abnormalities have
특정한 욕구를 가지고
specific
있는
wants
것이냐.
or desires, yes?
저들은
Yes.
알고 있어.
They know what they want, or they desire what they wish.
뭐
Well, looks like wants and desires are all they have left.
친구들 같아 보이는데.
부러운 거.
Must be nice.
자기가 원하는
Knowing what you want, knowing what you desire.
제대로
Was ceaselessly scratching at her arm. Fixed on the abnormalities. Blood and pale gunk were starting to seep from her torn skin.
키키가
Wig, stop your bleeding.
몸에 상처 그 버릇
Still doing that, huh?
거야?
Born again.
탐대기
Cocoon couldn't become one.
하지 못했어.
Oh, I don't like this guy. Oh, he just does... What is poison? Green slime. Generates green slime next turn every time this value shrinks. I'm already... Okay.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
Please don't roll slow, guys.
확인 사살. 수신.
Is this what we're supposed to attack? Am I supposed to be attacking that? I didn't even think for the flesh slurping. I really don't want to. The gimmick is to kill the slimes, yes. Oh, so I need to kill these to stop him from like getting stronger? I can do that.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
깔끔하게 몰았군.
그 자식은
Consume with hi, Enders. How you doing today, Enders? Stretch!
잠깐만 기다려봐.
교전 시작합니다. 표적 완전 무력화.
모든
I'm
결과는
doing alright.
파우스트가 알아요.
Looking closely at it, it appears to be a gem of sorts. Born after a long, long time of waiting. Born in the ebb and flow of the filth that fills and leaves that thing with its every movement. Taking its gem would be equivalent to taking its reason for existence away. It may fall apart without it. Reaches towards the twinkling light. Green slime, the acidic and burning sensation, the writhing wall, all it unnerves the center. But despite that, Greco prevails, claiming the gem with her hand. An incontrovertible roar echoes.
어려울 거 없다고 했잖아, 좋아.
흑수묘 뒷박질 춤.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
진짜 즐거운 시간이었는데.
I love that I lost someone right there. I was doing so great!
헤어내리.
White TF, are you wet? Did you have a good dream?
Why are you wet?
And hi Boka in Bark from work.
Welcome back.
표적 확인.
헤어내리.
불가 위야. 막아내지 못하리. 모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
헤어내리.
Time to play Battlefield 4. Never did play these games, so I shall be bad.
모든 것을 더 내버려둬.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
끝내지.
I lost like everyone. There's like 3 people alive. That poison was nasty. Quick lag.
뭐 하고 있는 거야?
What are you doing?
퀴케그는 아주 가끔씩
Look, I used to spend some nights
누구보다
in
외롭고
crushing it,
괴로운
loneliness, and unbearable pain.
빛이 들지 않는
Kugek sat in the corner of a dark room. She looked down at her arms.
작살줄을 끊어버리는
The small dagger she uses for cutting ropes, harpoon ropes. She mercilessly tore into her arms like she was carving something into her flesh.
이건 대가야.
This is price.
자세히 본 퀴케그의 몸은
I peered closer. Her body was covered with countless strange tattoos.
지우려는
Over them were scars of old and gnashed wounds, cut through to hide the tattoos drawn on her skin.
이건
Did you do that to yourself? I did. But why? Because of shame. Because the tattoos, I engraved them myself. Quick, don't do this.
이러지 마. 여러 둥지를
We'll go look for a place to erase your tattoos.
문신을 깨끗하게
There's got to be one out there, at one of the nests, so stop hurting yourself like this. My tattoos, tattooed in a special way, so no normal way to erase. Even if there is, I won't erase like that. Why? No way to be free from past.
고래잡이 배에 타는 선원들 사이에서
Anyway, on a whaling ship, any discussion of the crew's past was an unspoken taboo.
대부분이 과거로부터 쫓기고 있거나
Whales were often running from their past,
과거를
wanted to wash their past away in the waves,
어떤 식으로든지
or throw themselves against the waves in their desperate need for money. You already knew. I come from the middle. I
Redeem
had a hunch when I saw
PLS.
your tattoos.
그 어마어마한 양의 문신을
Ascari!
때부터 짐작을
I am doing stuff! I had a hunch when I saw your tattoos.
중지는 결코 포기를 하지
middle.
않는다고 했다.
Never forgets.
뒷골목에 떠도는
Everyone in the backstreets
누구나
knows the story.
알법하지만 누구나
But it may
코웃음으로 넘어갈 수 없는
Just be one of those
이야기였다.
tall tales. It's not a tall tale. A tale one can so casually laugh off.
아이가 지나가던 누군가와
Then do
부딪혀서
stuff.
들고 있던 아이스크림을 옷에 묻혔다고 했다.
Once a child bumped into a stranger and spilled ice cream on his clothes.
옷이 더러워진 그자는
Stranger whose clothes are
그
spoiled
자리에서
comforted
아이스크림을
the
잃어
child,
울고 있는 아이를 달래
crunch out and assist him on his way home.
하지만 부딪힌 그자가
That stranger was an
중지의
offer to serve the
강물이었으나
middle, and the spoiled
하필
clothes happened to be
그날
his
이른
favorite
옷은
set.
그자의 다음 날부터
That day was the
그
last day
아이를
anyone,
지내는
including the child,
아이의
ever saw the
가족들을
child's
본
family.
자는 아무도 없었다고 한다. 농담이나 괴담일 수
Maybe it's
있지만
just dark humor.
아무도 그 정도
Maybe
이야기를
it's just one of those
취급하지는 않는다.
countless baseless urban legends. But no one dares to treat this tale like this. It is.
중지는 그런
Because the
존재라고
middle
했다.
really was like that.
하지만
The middle that I've heard of,
중지는
I know that the middle accepts anyone in their fold, but I also heard that once you're a part of the middle, they never let you go.
쉽게 내보내주지 않는
The middle remembers. The middle never forgets. Never.
그러니까 도망 안
I can't leave. So they captured me.
잡혔어 누군가.
They said to me to really leave, erase everything in the middle from me. If not, they catch me again.
도망치려면 죽내 문신은 죽지는.
My tattoo is the middle's brand.
낙인도
So I cut up the brand,
해집어놔야
have to.
내
My
말에도
speech
죽지.
also touched by the middle.
그래서 해집어 놓았어. 여호와 뇌를
To
내가
cut up my
직접
tongue, to cut up my brain, to break
어느
myself.
의사한테 가서 그리고
And I ran again.
말도 잃게 하고 문신을 지우게 하려고.
It's too high a price.
찾게 하고.
그렇지 않아.
Not true.
그때
Back then I was
고독이
a maggot. Hey, you're being too hard on yourself. Even if it's just a metaphor.
너무 극단적.
몸을 통해서
Crawling in
기억.
filth, thinking filth was everything.
그게 전부 그곳에서는
For filth was the
알
world.
거라고 믿었.
Thought I know the world.
그들은
They wanted to make me big sister.
그래서
So I killed and killed and killed.
나는
Not because of orders. Killed with my own hands. Because I wanted to. Because I wanted respect as big sister.
지금은
We're all still in our cocoons.
번데기일 뿐이야.
Soon we'll break out of our shells and be born again,
아직
okay?
시작된 게.
Born again. Once this voyage is over,
같이 찾아보자.
let's go find it together.
번데기에서
A way to break out of our
나가는
cocoons.
방법을.
어떻게
나도 몰라.
I don't know.
그러니까
That's why I want to go
같이
find it
찾아보는
with you
거야.
together.
처음 봐.
This is first time.
이스마엘
First time I heard Ishmael saying she don't know.
말하는 거.
그렇게
That's how we started looking beyond this voyage.
대왕 오징어 항구.
Kraken pots.
난 그
That's gonna be the home of my very own seafood grill joint. Provide up a nice place during our last voyage, you know?
내가 반았거든.
그냥 청새 취한
Why don't you
거.
just copy that one popular place from Marlinport? I ain't! Pip wants to be rich. Pip wants to be a landlord. Landlords make tons of money, you know? Got my eyes on you, kid. You're gonna be my dishwater. I've seen how you scrape the oil off the ship. No, Starbuck, you'll rent Pip's building. You better pay rent on time.
1등 항해사가 그냥 놀림거리지.
My first mate badge don't mean nothing to crap to you guys, don't it?
과거를 묻어두고
People who wanted to bury their past, people living from day to the next, without dreams, without futures, people like me.
배 위에서 삶과 죽음의 교차하며
Between very close call, between every moment of triumph, amidst the brutal trials we endured in solidarity, we began to sketch the rough pictures of our futures.
나도 무언가를 그렸다.
I sketched something for myself too.
안개가 낀 비린내 나는
In that sketch, I'm walking
어느
beside
조그만
Queequeg and some small port shrouded in mist and the smell of fish.
손에는 두꺼운
Maybe we're
서적들이
holding
걸려
large
있을
textbooks in our hands.
뭐,
Or maybe we're carrying suspiciously well-maintained weapons. What the hell?
단순히
Or maybe we're just heading somewhere with our hands full of tasty treats for the day.
그리고
And we keep
계속
sketching
고민해가는 거야. 어떻게 ha면
how we will continue live our rest of our lives, how we will persevere.
살아갈 수 있을지.
Here, Ishmael stared wordlessly into her shimmering reflection into the rippling and opaque river of acid surrounding the boat. Just as she stared into the lake, back aboard Mephistopheles, her expression was solemn and withdrawn. I couldn't bring myself to approach her, even approach her. In the opaque waters, Ishmael saw herself, her future that now rested forever out of reach, at the cold abyss of the lake. Friends who could never return. How would it feel to know that your dreams will never come true? I was too absorbed in this hazy, ruminating thought to realize that I'd approached Ishmael and struck up the conversation. Ishmael, once this whole idea is over and we go back to Mephistopheles, turns around. How about we go get ice cream together? You know, the one Don Quixote wanted. It won't matter whatever future I bring up with Ishmael now. None of it would reach her. So, the most I could offer her now was a hopeful immediate tomorrow. Something a little closer to the future that Ishmael is trying so hard to get back.
돌아간다.
Go back?
관리자님.
What will you do, manager?
만약에
I told you that I don't
제가
want to
돌아가지
go back.
않겠다고 한다면
What do you mean?
심장을 터뜨린 후
What you destroy your heart, and once I squeeze the life out of Ahab with my own hands,
그 후에 제가
what would I go back to?
이유가
Why would I
살아갈 이유가
go on?
그건
that an official resignation request? No. Forget it.
아니요.
Ishmael finally gets what she wants. What's next? Would there even be anything left? Is it right for me to ask her to continue on to the next? I love that they revive all of your characters. I'm kind of annoyed it resets this though. Because I had a lot of people in the plus still, I think. After defeating the abnormality, we sailed for a while without much incident. That was when a wall. Big solid wall. This is the vein. Oh, it's to make them harder? Yeah, that's fair. Ow. Thick solid wall appeared before us. Artery beyond this wall. I'm okay.
Bokath one lurk, are you okay?
Wall opens, closes. Open is very short. Don't get grabbed by mermaid there. Chopped in half if grabbed by mermaid. With a heavy rumble, the wall immediately started to open. Keep mermaids off ship. They slow us down, we get cut in half. The mermaids must have sensed the rumbling. They began to rush in at our ship.
이 일에 더 적합한 토끼를 찾죠.
Oh, so I just lose. I'm just gonna lose the next fight.
이 경로는
Why'd you have to fail?
되게 나쁘지 않군 거래.
야, 네 머리띠.
Well, your headband.
피가
It's all
엉망진창으로
mucked up
묻어있잖아.
with blood. Now that's a right terrifying look, isn't it?
물로 씻으면 금방 지워져요.
Nothing a quick wash in the water won't fix.
내 머리띠.
Your headband. Familiar.
익숙한 매.
Familiar or not. Desperate's not.
퀴키그,
Big Quag.
나는
I survived by hanging onto the ropes you tied to your coffin.
매달 어쩌면
The ropes that
네가
you
붙잡았을
could have
수
held.
있을 그 줄을
Instead, I held on to my dear life.
붙잡고
That rope,
너를 위한
also for you.
저기 안에 들어가서 기름을 꺼내 오라고요?
You want me to bucket out oil from in there?
그래.
Yep. It's not as hard as it looks, though.
끔찍한 냄새를 풍기는 고래의
The cadaver of a whale hung from a
갈고리에
hook,
매달린
swayed from
채
side to
흔들리고
side.
있었다.
Its stench was awful.
몸집이 작고 민첩할수록 유리하지.
Smaller and nimbler you are, the easier it'll be.
나는 그렇게
I'm not that
작지
small,
않은데.
though.
원래 이런 일은 신참들이 하는 거야.
Job for greenhorns, anyway.
들어가는 게 좋을 거다.
Let's talk more oil bucketing. Get on with it, will ya?
고래를 잡는다고 끝나는 일이 아니었다.
A whaler's toil does not end with killing the whale.
그 고래에서부터 나오는
Whalers had to
엄청난
bucket
양의
and carry the
기름을
inordinate
퍼내는
amount of oil from the dead
고래잡이의
whale.
예주.
아니, 저
I mean,
안에
how the hell do I know
들어가더라고요.
what's in there?
답답하네.
Well, what do you think? Oil! Oil, it feeds us, it keeps us warm!
스톱이라는 선어는 2등 항에
Or the
사용했는데
perquad was a man named Stubb,
짜증이
second
가득 차
mate.
있었다.
He was a man of irritable disposition.
전
못 들어가요.
I
이런 무적의
can't into
속에
that abyss on
고작
nothing but a
칼날
rope.
한 번만 스치면 끊어질
It looks
뻔한
like
게
it'll
있고.
snap from a slight breeze. I can't.
그 말이
Those words nearly escaped my mouth when...
지금 뭐
What are you doing?
묶어.
Your rope.
네
Tie
끈을
it to
내
my
허리에.
waist.
왜
But why?
이렇게 묶으면
Gathered like so. Now if you
네가
fall, I
떨어지면
fall.
한 몸.
You and me together.
나는 그 부정확하고도 많은
Her
것이
sentences
생략되어
were stuttering and
있는
incomplete.
묘하게
But there was
안심을
something that oddly soothed me.
한 몸이라는 건
Together.
내가 떨어져도
Someone to
잡아줄
catch me if I
누군가가
fell.
있다는 것이며 동시에 떨어지는 내 모습을
Someone to watch over
지켜봐주는
me if I
사람은
fell.
그렇게
So I
밧줄의
tied
한쪽
one end
끝은
of the rope to
퀴퀴그의
Quagquag's
허리,
wrist and the other on mine.
한쪽 끝은
Huh?
그런데
Funny, I should mention
그
that.
줄은 너무
The rope was
짧았고
too short, too flimsy, and immediately snapped.
나는 그
And I was sent
기름기를
hurling
뱃속으로
into the lard
지웠겠다.
filled belly of the whale.
온갖 내장들과 장기와
It was harder to breathe than the entrails, the viscera, the oil. Various things I didn't want to think about was the pitch black darkness.
고래 기름은 진동하고
Whale oil makes a sound as it quivers and vibrates, reverberates.
진동하는 기름은
Reverberate.
하나가 되려고
You know,
한다고
oil tries to become one with everything it touches.
초진동적 결합.
Some city folk talk about this phenomenon using big words like ultra vibrofusion,
그 파장과
oscillation frequency. How such elements are used to produce resonant tuning forks, their wavelengths, and fuel.
결국 고래를 채우고 있는 이
The
기름
point is,
상대를
whale's oil covers and devours anything it comes in contact with.
그렇게 살아있는 고래의 기름.
And when you're devoured by a living whale's oil, you become a mermaid.
나보다 부피가 큰.
When you're devoured by a dead whale's oil, your sense of self slowly scatters until there's nothing of you left.
그때 나는
That's when
내가 얼마나 작고
I realized how tiny and fragile I was,
보잘것없는
how
존재인지
insignificant of a thing I was.
고래들은 사실
Maybe the whales were just lonely,
그래서
and that's why they carried within them the oil that had the power to turn others just like them.
어쩌면 사람들도
Maybe people are the same.
외로워서 어떻게든 무언가를
Out of loneliness, we want to make something someone ours, to paint them just like us, fill them with things that made us.
그런 나는
I
내가
don't even know what
무엇으로
makes
채워져
me.
있는지도 모르는데
How could I possibly paint others like me?
누군가를 어떻게 치라
If even I don't know what I am,
나는 고래보다도
maybe
약한
I'm shallower than a whale.
단순히 남들과 다른 삶을
I
살고
who boarded the
싶어서
Perquad just because I wanted to live a life unlike those of
삶을 살기가
others.
질린다는 이유로
Just because living a humdrum life was too boring for me.
나는
I,
결국 뭘 하고 싶은 걸
what do I even want?
모든 게 옅어지는
And
어둠
there,
속에서
in the dark, where the distinction of all things began to blur,
내 빛이
I saw
보였다.
light.
그 빛이 새어 들어오는 틈 사이
A ray of light scattered through an opening. I saw a rope drop down from there, lowered from the heavens in this dark, lonely abyss.
이 줄만큼은
This rope, I wanted to hold on to
눈앞에
this
이
rope and live.
줄만큼 눈앞에 그것은
Because it was there, right before me.
이스마엘!
Ishmael!
줄꽉 잡아라!
Rope, hold tight!
기름 범벅인 채로 죽었더라면 그야말로 존재감 없는
Dying in that
죽음이었겠네.
oil, that would have left nothing for no one to remember.
도시에서 제일
Guess I almost died one of the most meaningless deaths in the city.
어쩌면 나는 그날
I was born again
다시
that day,
한번
maybe.
태어난 건지도 그래. 내가 그날
The rope I held
붙잡은
onto that day was the rope I'd never
절대
be
끊어질
severed.
수 없어.
That rope, it snapped.
아니야.
No,
다시
it
한번
can. We can make it
붙일 수
whole
있어.
again. We'll tie
다시
another
엎을 수
knot.
있어.
As long as we can make it to the heart,
심장에만 갈 수. 넌 자유를
you'll be
찾을 수
free.
있어.
Once we trapped here, we had to think one thing only, to not become mermaids. Doubting, hesitating, pale began to grow on skin. You know what? Like whale oil. I thought one thing, to meet you again, to go on a new adventure with you. I have to escape, have to kill the whale. But to do that, I had to cut the rope. To not become a mermaid. I think that one thought again and again and again. And suddenly, I buried you. The whale heart. Kill it. I put my heart to sleep. Here's hoping they survive.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
Yeah, I just lose. They're all -10. I don't ever roll higher than like 20.
Oh yeah, starting from this canto, people's base ego have different lines based on where you are in their story.
불길 속으로.
어쩌길지 잘 생각해보라고.
그 오물을 떼어내주지. 불길 속으로.
교전 시작합니다.
이제 깨우치시길.
A lot of people healed. That's good. I think I can handle one more fight with this low, but it's dangerous because he's at -33. I think we take him out. Or we put him in. No, we put her in.
뒷박질 시간.
이곳이 선장이 말한 두 번째.
Sinclair's defense restores his SP.
Oh, it does.
너 이름 알아?
Your name I know. They call you Dante. Yeah, that's my name. They call me Dante.
너 말.
Your words I can't hear.
내겐 들리지
Like
않아.
whale voices, like mermaid voices.
고래나 너는
You bring back dead crew.
사-
Well, I guess that's all I do.
몸뿐만이
But
아니라
not just body death.
너는
Art
살려내.
death, too. Art? Couldn't help but be confused by Quakewack said. Unless she's talking about actual heart. I've never had any powers like that. No one ever told me that I did either.
잃어버리게 하지 않아.
You don't make them lose a way.
저들의
Their way, where they really want to go.
사고가 시계 소리를.
You tell them with your clock sounds.
나
Dante, something I wish.
나는
I want
이스마엘
Ishmael to
표류하지 않아.
find her way. Yeah. I like Quakequag from what little I know of her, but she's definitely dying.
자,
I have a feeling she gets killed by Ishmael. Well, either on accident or like being forced to.
불쌍하게 울부짖는군.
Either to stop her from killing Ahab so that she doesn't lose what's left of her heart, or to save her in some way. Basically,
교전 시작합니다.
a way to be like, you need to live because there's a life that died saving you. You need to live her life, basically.
표적 완전 무력화.
흑승류 뒷박질 춤. 숨통 끊기.
이제 깨우치시길. 틈틈 이제 깨우치시길.
표적 완전 무력화.
That's where I'm guessing the heart is. So it looks like one more fight, maybe? Another anomaly. Here we go.
야음을 틈타.
Ew, we just need to get past that abnormality. We can get to cutting the whale's arteries. Looks like that. Looks like we can cross that sinew-like bridge over there. Look like Sunny steps in between us and the bridge.
예.
HW, what are you doing?
이곳 바다.
Bridge made of
얇은
flimsy
빗줄로
veins.
이루어져 있어.
이쪽으로 가야.
This way, original plan.
길로 보이지만
This looks like the way,
길
but no,
아니야.
not the way. Once one person
한
crossed,
명이
bridge
가고
snap under
다음
necks.
사람일 때 무너져.
What? What's the first to put the pieces together?
감이 오는군. 무너진다는 걸 알고 있었다. 그럼에도 불구하고
I get it.
우리 전부를
You already
이
knew
길로
that this path was
안내하였어.
going to snap. Despite that, you have led us here. That means
네놈 혼자
you were going to
건넌다.
cross this bridge and drop all of us behind you.
전부 떨어-
역시 내가 구린 냄새.
There's something iffy about this plan.
야,
Boy, is that Glooty Captain's orders?
희생.
You said sacrifice is necessary.
누군가
Can't go forward unless
떨어져야지.
someone falls.
앞으로 갈 수 있나?
I wanted to
함께
escape.
나가고
I wanted to
싶었어.
escape with her quad crew.
피코두어 선원들과
그리고 그
And we were just
명령을
gonna accept the losses on the
답습
way,
따르겠다.
huh? Just like that?
그래.
Yes. Then why
마음을
did you
바꾼
change
거야?
your mind?
알고
Want to
싶어졌어.
know now.
뭘?
Know what?
내가
My way, my
가고
path.
싶은 방.
Oh god, I hate this guy. How do you fight this guy again? I've only ever, like, struggled through this guy before. Because of how annoying he is. How do you kill his candles? I've gotten his candles down to 1 HP. And they all stay at that.
교전 시작합니다. 표적 파괴적 무력화.
좋아.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
떼어내주지.
숨통 끊기.
교전 시작합니다.
틈을 끊어.
확인 사살.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데. 자, 어쩌겠지 잘 생각해보라고.
Dragon wagon.
Wagon, wagon.
불길 속으로.
Bruh. He got bit trying to save Pip. The whale bit him when he tried to save Pip. Shit, why'd that wheelbarrow have to fall on our oarsman? None of it made sense from the start. Look at that kid row as a replacement. Captain, please, Pip. Is Dub gonna die? What did I say? As long as you're my crew, none of you shall die without my explicit permission. I do not remember giving any of you permission to die just yet. But what will happen to... Required is on the brink of reaching the pale wheel of hatred. All we need is a good compass that'll lead us to it. This mermaid before us will serve that role better than anything. Oh, Captain, I am not a mermaid. Whatever that whale devoured will eventually turn into a paled mermaid. You must know that. Incarcerate this mermaid in the log system down by the holds. Its instinct will drive it towards that whale of hatred. Captain, please no. Then down the stairs to Starbuck. What now?
쿵덩거리는 소리가 잠시 후에 들렸고, 그렇게 시간이 지나는 동안 배에 탄 모든 선원이 갑판에 나와
A few moments later,
레이더를 둘러쌌다.
I heard a splash of water. All hands of the ship emerged from their stations and gathered around Ahab.
그리고
And Ahab thundered.
크게
Oh, I hear him. Listen well, for it's Stubb who speaks. Heed his voice. What the hell is she? All of you listen well. The voice of the great Sailor Stubb echoes from across that lake. The great Sailor Stubb who so willingly threw his life in danger from the hunt of the whale. I, the great. Now, Majesty, we had no time to bring him back aboard. Yet he lives. He did not die. Though he is overboard, floating on the lake after his fateful battle, he will soon find safety aboard the skiff I have lowered for him. He shouts, oh yes, he bellows for our victory. And he bellows that we must go on. So forth to victory! What kind of insanity is this? We sail forth. Like what? This voyage will soon be to Vitch's end, and I shall sail to the nearest port. And there he shall await us, the great Stubb, with a profound smile he shall greet us. You will rightly rewarded, of course. We all shall tell of it this long voyage over many sleepless nights. A profound smile, aye. There you shall all be as well. We'll buy rounds upon rounds of drinks for everyone in the tavern in Stubb's name. Once this voyage is over, everything will come to be. Once this voyage is over. Once this voyage over. This voyage is over. The whale of hatred is finally in our sights. You'll kill it, right, Captain? Let us answer his calling. We will kill the whale of hatred. We will kill the panther whale. All aboard, men! All aboard for the hunt for the evil. All aboard on this voyage to hunt the foul of all evils of the world, of the city, the hateful evil that pushes you all to the brink of death. All of your struggles, all of your injustices, all of your pains and losses. The very evil sprang forth from that very whale. But we kill it! We kill it and watch as the new dawn breaks upon a world that has been mended. Aye! Shout! Bellow! Ah, Coppin! Goodbye, stop! Let us meet again, again and again! He's crazy. Aye! Yeah, it'll all be over when we kill the pallid whale. When we kill the whale of all evils. So basically her craziness is catching. Got it. Alright, let me go to the bathroom real quick before we finish this. Basically. Gaslighter, and also someone that is able to infect people with madness, because that little kid's just crazy. We just saw him get bit. So all along, we've not only been trapped inside the whale, but also in her palms all along. Oh, cool. We get theory down. If we could get a few more burns with that, maybe it's possible to do a burn build. Like, change everyone to their burn counterparts. You have a friend obsessed with this game? This is probably the last time I get to do this before the boss. I have a friend obsessed. Oh, cool. They have a fight before the boss. That makes me feel so good. This has to be the artery Ahab was talking about. Once we cut this thing open, our path to the center of the heart will open. Much tougher than I expected. The artery appeared much sturdier than we had initially assumed. I didn't open with a single stroke won't be an easy task. Ryoshu's got it. She's fine. Slow their breathing and steady their poise. Pull! Before striking the artery, slicing it clean open. Sanguine fluid gushes at a terrifying rate. As the blood flow from the opening begins to slow, the path begins to open. Let's make our way to the heart.
심심풀이는 되는군.
필두 출진.
Can you change to Captain Ahab? Near the end? Because I'm assuming it's gonna let me change right at the end. I've never seen these guys.
불길 속으로.
숨통 끊기.
좋아.
확인 사살.
어쩌겠지. 잘 생각해보라고.
이제 깨우치시길.
I do want to react to a video about ZZZ in a bit, though. Or was it Star Rail? It was one of the two. Apparently did a lot of good things recently with their update.
막아내지 못하리.
다 죽어라. 불길 속으로.
이제 깨우치시길.
It is very good writing, I will say. I just don't like that it feels like they're intentionally doing a dark fantasy. I don't recall how many times I've told y'all that I really dislike dark fantasies. Like, I will say this, Warhammer is growing on me. Well, no, I understand the city itself is. But my hope is that maybe each of them has a good end. Because obviously a lot of them have their bad ends, like Sinclair's is the grip, the one that will soon grip and stuff like that. We have outfits of that. And I'm sure a majority of their outfits are going to be like bad ends or cross lies. But I'm hoping they'll eventually release like good end outfits and stuff like that. Consider not a haphazardly thrown pile of crates. I'm assuming that their outfits with the... Yeah. The good end is the base ID conquering their trauma. I feel like... I was assuming their good end would be something like... I guess Don Quixote's would be they become a fixer. A color, you know? Like their outfit would be a color. Like conquering your fear as well as becoming like... something of a... That's what I'm saying. Like, near the end, I hope the characters end up getting their dream realization. Because I feel like that's the other thing it's pointing towards. And a lot of these stories tend to do in this game is at the end of all these stories, there's usually that little tiny pink prick of light at the end. Like, you got the gold bow. It's the pinprick of light. Like... silver lining and all that, you know? I feel like the story is leading up to our metaphorical golden bow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I felt, that the story is about finding hope. And in this one, it's about finding the will to live on after a tragedy. That's what I've understood about this story so far, is Ishmael doesn't know how she can go on after this tragedy. This tragedy has kept her stuck in place this whole time. At the end, I can only see Quaquag dying, either stopping her from killing Ahab, killing Ahab herself due to some force, or getting outside and seeing the sunset one last time. My hope is the latter one. But a lot of it leads to her never getting to see the sunset. But I have noticed that all the stories are meant to have like that tiny little bit of hope right at the end. Kind of like in the story of when Pandora opens her box. All the world's worst things came out of the box. But there was still something left in the bottom of the box. And that was hope. It could be it could be extrapolated from their appearance that they were about to be used as supply crates. Some boxes had Twin Pirates logo upon them. Some of them had the Before Team's logo. The whale must have swallowed these crates too. It's wise to procure some of them as provisions. That was Don Quixote. Can't tell me otherwise. Right here. Right, we don't know what'll happen once we get to the heart. Should we take some of them just in case? What we found inside the box was a rusted hook covered in blood and white membrane. It was probably used to kill mermaids.
때로는 검이 문제를 해결해주기도 합니다.
I see, this crate was a magazine for a firearm.
간단한 명령입니다.
Alright, what did we get? Gain 1 poise when the skills versus heads against an enemy with bleed. We typically pop bleed on them. That's very helpful for Ishmael. If we end up using that outfit. Good gosh. Ahab's command led us straight into our singular goal, the heart. We've all been played by the captain from the moment we met her. As the Perquad's crew, selling for nothing and no one but Ahab herself. Cockhead, you see it too, don't you? Captain Ahab has an uncanny ability to effortlessly delve deep into one's heart, to fish out their deepest wish. Those hidden yet desperate wishes. Everyone bites onto that bait, getting dragged deeper into the abyss. Bite the bait and sink with the captain. Snared by those sweet words and the tantalizing hope that she'll dangles right in front of you, not even knowing that you're slowly suffocating. It's your job, Clockhead. Fish her back up. The last is sinking. Broke it. Captain's orders. Broke Captain's orders. Can't see sunset again.
아니, 볼 수 있어.
No, you can.
네가 가리는
You'll
방향으로
see the
갔으면
sunset
해.
again as long as you set your own path.
무슨 일이
Because
있어도
we'll get to the heart no
우리
matter what.
심장까지 갈 거니까. 들려요?
Can you hear that? The distant
모르지
beating
않은
of the
곳에서부터.
heart? The heart. Beating. It'll take us some time, but let's pay close attention to the heartbeat and feel our way there. It doesn't let you. I'm guessing this is one more anomaly. Story heal boss is what it's gonna be right there. This looks like it's gonna be like right here or right here.
필두, 출진.
드디어 나갈 수 있겠어요.
It's gonna be a long fight. This one? Is this the one that's gonna be a long fight? Okay, we'll do one of them. Then I think we'll save there and do the last fight next time or something. Finally, once this is over, we can get out of here. I guess Ahab's not here yet. That's an abnormality. Something's twitched before us. An entity secured by numerous fluorescent bars.
비켜.
This damn thing! Won't this thing die? I've seen it so many times in Mirror Dungeon. Get out of my way. Watch out, it's charging! It's a damn frog, isn't it? Oh, it's this damn stupid whale. I can't stop that.
어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
So we break this, right?
헤어내리.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데. 이날이 보긴 오는구만.
헤어내리.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
From where and how did it end up here? For so many years, even the Flotsam may no longer recall from whence it came. As long as it can be used to stop the Abnormal's attack.
어려울 것도 없네요.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
아직 죽지 마라.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리. 모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
확인 사살.
숨통 끊기.
교전 시작합니다.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
표적 확인.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리. 모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
표적 확인.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리.
끝내지. 기대 이상으로.
Oh, you're doing much better than I expected. Hey, you. Don't tell me you've just been twiddling your thumbs watching us fight.
우리가 싸우는 걸 뒤에서 지켜보고만 있었나?
I would have just gotten in your way.
거슬리기만 해.
It appears that they have lost most of her crew on the way here.
보이지 않아.
Rest of crew not here.
나머지 선
Only 5 now.
5분이.
Why? You dare question me now?
질문을 하게 돼요.
Your present company must have washed off on you.
필요했던
I have enough men left. Rest were
여기까지 오기 전에
disposable.
죽여도 될 것.
They must have left you quite the impression, Quickwag.
저들의 입김이 닿아서 생긴 일인가. 말해.
Say it. Why?
아, 그보다.
Before I do, Quickwag, where's your greeting for your captain? For your surviving compatriots?
선원들을 환대해 줄 생각은 하지 않는 건가?
Especially when the heart presents itself before us. We are this close to killing the whale. Hey, some mermaids! I want to! Now! Want to get out of here! Of course, this boy survived. But the pail keeps trying to eat Pip. This ugh won't come off.
백화 현상.
Palification is progressing. The closer we get to the heart, it's starting to get rather
이제는 정말로
bothersome. The palliative effect was indeed intensifying. But you, all of you, are somehow completely unaffected. And this ticket sound, it has been getting on my nerves. Ahab strode towards me. Tell me, what will I find in your clock head? Ahab looks into my head. And I in turn raise my head to gaze, or turn the gaze. This is Ahab's journey through the pancreas plays right before my eyes. Captain, you said you won't let me be a mermaid. Well then, this was not the right method indeed. No! Don't cut that. Everyone behind you will. Captain, that was Pip. Rip cut the vein. Wonderful. Imagine how overjoyed Stubb would be were he to witness your exploits. Think he's watching over Pip? Can we kill the hateful whale? Hee 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 ha. Huh? Huh? Ah! Captain, what did you just... I kicked the lad in there. Looks like that wasn't the right path. You dare beg for your life? Captain, that's not it. It's... Whatever moment, every second we waste, the end of days grows near. Every beating of that pale whale's heart is a bell tolling for the end of the world. We can't stop the apocalypse with our own hands, yet you kneel here and grovel for your life.
After this chapter or something, want to take a break and play something else so you will still have a voice left tomorrow for the subathon? Lamau.
You mean to make your crew's sacrifices have been for naught? Unbelievable. No, Captain, you can't die. For this cause I will. Nay, not death. I have never and will never order my men to their deaths. I send them to greatness, not to death. Boys is gonna help my Rupture boys out a lot. And we're healing and then the boss fight. Your head. What an odd power it has. Just like the purities of each whale. Her quad crew sank right before heart. Because of you! It was a mistake to expect even a hint of surprise or shame on the captain. When it was revealed that she sent her crew to their deaths. Yes, you could say that. You may indeed claim that I have sacrificed my crew. By now, they must be wandering the whale's guts, transformed in mermaids. Lucky ones probably turned to sludge and acid. But why? I know this heart better than anyone in the world. I know better than in my own body. The pancreas we have journeyed through is endless winding maze. If our limbs were to be melted off, we'd have no means to recover them, as do you. I had to calculate the ideal path at heart. Losses be damned. I see no injustice committed in my pursuit of practicality. I even encouraged and reminded them of their pride and greatness as they drew their last breaths. When it could not be helped, I made sure that they perished before fear overwhelmed them. My crew and I are one, bound by oath. The promise that we will hunt the pallid whale, whatever it takes. Are we not, Ishmael? Now we shall. Sail to the heart? What? Yet we need one last piece of the puzzle before we sail. Ahab turns to face me again, glaring with me with burning eyes. That shot of the bow. What are you? Captain Ahab cannot be deceived. That thing in your head is a piece of that golden bow, is it not? It is the golden thing that counteracts the purification effects. Am I wrong in assuming that this is how you and your crew have remained untouched by its effects? Soon our final battle for everything that we hold dear will commence. And for victory, I shall spare no quarter. No one knows what will happen here, at the heart of the well from which evils of the city, the world spout. And is it not patently clear that you are the only one inexperienced in combat? What if you were to perish? What fate shall befall your crew? What fate shall befall your crew should you meet a pathetic end without having destroyed the whale's heart? That's... Everyone here, including your crew and mine, will turn into mermaids within hours. What the hell do you want me to do? Hand it over! That golden shard in your head! And I swear by my name that I will personally see to it that everyone trapped within this whale definitely makes it to the outside world. Captain ain't wrong. You know? I guess that makes some sense. It takes but a single sacrifice to ensure that everyone survives, down to every single crew. I detest that. I shall not relinquish Master Esquire's head to thee. Then what? Fail to destroy its heart and let us all be mermaids together? Is that how you wish the tale to end? That, my friends, is there not something out there past this pivot wheel's place that awaits your return? Then your lives down here, just to save the life of some super's clock that cannot possibly be your dream. You must have something that drives you, a desire, a goal, a mission that you must see to its end once you escape this whale. I'm definitely not talking for the rest of the night after this. We're gonna have like a quiet stream at the end. Captain Ahab cuts through our hearts, cracking them little by little, and nests in there. You can hear my throat having that gravelly effect now. It's rough. Even the sitters may have moved by her speech, even for a brief moment. Part of this money's probably gonna go to speech therapy, because I need to get better at controlling my voice. And that brief moment is all it takes for that thought to spread through the heart as water freezes between the cracks of a rock. That's what she's always done, I'm sure. But all of a sudden, when everything reaches crescendo, it will shatter. Ishmael, her crew, this is what Ahab had done to them. Tell her what I'm about to say, Faust.
알겠습니다.
Understood. You're not going to be responsible for the sinners. And no one Knows what'll happen to the sinners if my head is crushed. I'm not going to let the doubts you cast chart our futures. Because I am their manager. Predictable. Ready for your life now, are you? Besides, I don't want to die. Sacrifice. A gilded name. Give it to death, just so that it won't feel as hollow when it claims us. I've seen the sinners die 1,000 deaths, and I've shared that the same pain that killed them out countless times. I've felt the weight of their every death, but I can't bring myself to wrap them in a pretty box labeled sacrifice. Instead, I endure endlessly. What gives our collective struggle significance? What gives our suffering meaning is us. We share the weight and convey our meanings to our battles, so that everyone can reach their own dreams. That's why the struggle is no sacrifice. I won't seek death willingly. Ahab, you really haven't changed. No, you've become even more revolting. I struggled, I thrashed, yet again you had us in the palm of your hands. Commandeering our ship, turning me into one of your crew again. Silence! Shut up. This is the moment of paramount importance. The path to the heart opened as Ahab finished her words. Tree. I wish I could use Captain Ahab. What? I can only use my Ishmael, but I can use anyone else's other character. Does anyone have a amazing Rupture character to help me stack the Rupture better? Or someone that's like very useful for this fight? Lantern Dawn? That works. That actually brings my average up, way up. A support red talisman Sinclair not bring him? That works, I suppose. Does it add Rupture count? Highest HP, it will probably be her or her, because they're all level 40. I think. 185. 204. 156. Yeah, she has the highest. It's only potency? Either I need a really good Rupture character to support me, or I need a character that'll be very useful for the fight. Lantern Dawn good? Do you have it equipped? This one?
경로는 숨어들기 나쁘지 않군 거래.
보이나?
You see it?
이것이
This is the heart.
심장이다. 창백한 고래.
An amalgamation of all that pallid whale has ever devoured.
모여서 만들어진 이것이
This makes the pallid whale
창백한
breathe.
고래를 살아
This makes its heart
숨쉬도록
pound.
고동치게 하고
And from
악을
here, its
뿜어내게
evil spouts. Behold,
하고. 이것 봐.
it spews evil again, 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 and again.
또다시 그딴 식으로 기쁘다는 듯
Stop
웃지 마.
laughing like you're happy when your path here was paved with the lives of your own crew.
여기까지 오기 위해
I suffered my whole life. Everything, my dreams, all of them,
동료들이
sank right before my eyes. You, it was you. You did that to me.
당신이 그래. 내가 선원들을 모조리 죽이고
Indeed, it was I. I led my crew to their deaths. And what of it?
그게 이 고래
Their
안으로
fates were sealed the moment the whale swallowed them. Fated to become mermaids. Fated to wander the whale's belly until they keeled over and died. I saved them.
목숨을 연장해 주었던
I merely reaped my recompense for extending their lives, even for a fleeting moment. I looked after them, watched over them, and led them in this place. For that, I have been rightfully rewarded. I was the one who sparked the proverbial fire in their meaningless, pathetic lives. It has always been me. I still remember the day you lot boarded my ship. Not even a spark of light manifested in your aimless eyes. What a pathetic display that was. Nothing more than floats and bobbing up and down without cause. I'm gonna stop reading the rest of this, guys. My throat hurts.
아니, 선원들은 먹힌 거야. 내게 칠해진 거지. 넌 다른 고래들과 마찬가지로. 아니, 무엇보다 이 창백한 고래와 똑같이.
She's very much an Ahab, though.
전부 자신의 것으로 입맛대로 만들어가. 너라면 알고 있었을 거야. 우리가 배를 탄 이유는 고작 그 고래 하나를 잡기 위해서가 아니었다는 걸.
모른다. 아니, 관심
Banana Man.
내 배에 탄 순간부터 그들은 고래를 잡는다는 목표만을 가졌어야 한다. 아니, 오히려 네가 알고 있지 않은가? 저들은 마음이 약해 빠졌다는 걸. 얄팍했기에 먹혔고, 나 결국 이 세상에서 가장 중요한 건 나 바로 자신이니까. 중요한 건 내가 저걸 악이라 선포했으며 그게 내 법령이자 가치관이며 종교이자 신념이다.
The voices are really good though. Can you stop/save here and go on another day when your throat is better?
Yeah.
내가 죽으면 세계도 죽지. 그렇다면 내 삶과 존재 방식이야말로 세계 그 자체다. 내가 정한 거야. 누구도 삶을 대신 책임져 주지도 살아가 주지도 않아. 너희들 누구라도 부러지지 않는 가치관을 가지고 있나? 내게는 선과 악이 선명하다. 누구보다 잘 알지. 그래서 나는 결코 부러지지 않아. 흔들리지 않고 내 믿음을 전할 수 있지. 난 절대 의심하지 않을 세상의 선과 악을 정하고 너희들에게 새겨준 거다. 굳세게 살아갈 수 있도록.
그렇다면 나에게 너는 악이다.
First time I finished my normal circled cause F warframe I don't farm just ray normal way.
나의 모든 증오,
나의 모든 목적, 나의 모든 실패, 나의 모든 과거, 나의 모든 상실들. 그 모든 것을 네가 만들었어. 에이헤브! 좋아, 부딪혀 와 봐라. 너와 나의 세계를 충돌시켜 보자고. 누구의 악이 그토록 억세고 강할지 대결해 보자.
Do you want me to redo that part of the story? So if I exit now, I'm pretty sure if I click story, it'll do those voices and stuff again. Right, Will? I can theoretically quit here and do this. Okay. So basically, this is what you call it? First mate guy. Right? He's a 2-star? Okay. Oh, we want to get rid of him because he's stacking crit. Is that why? He's giving himself lots of crit? That's what I'm saying. He's crit, so obviously he's the DPS. He's gonna start doing lots of damage. Okay.
어떤 지식을 잊었는지부터 생각해야겠군. 승리의 기쁨은
I'm getting to this ahead of time. This is terrifying. Ooh, I get another up tie. Before. It's helpful. You guys care if I play 9 Kings? Or do y'all want to do those reacts I was thinking about?